Hey y'all, what's poppin'? It's your girl QB, and you are tuned into another segment of Ladies Night. I wish I could sing the song without getting sued, but we ain't gonna do that. Okay. So, look, I have a few ladies that's gonna be popping in. But one of my ride or dies is here with me tonight. Tonight's topic, and her name is Mrs. M3. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much, Miss QB, for being here holding it down.
Yes, well, I'm gonna change it. We're not dying for nothing. We're gonna ride. How about that?
Okay,
One
because
of our
yeah,
ride.
why we gotta die? Let's figure
One
out
of
some
our
solutions.
okay. So tonight's topic, y'all, is unrealistic beauty standards. And I know we could talk days upon days about all the beauty standards that are out there. We're gonna try to narrow this down a little bit, keep it kind of basic, but hopefully still give you enough to think about. Got a few questions, I'm gonna ask the ladies, whoever else pops in tonight. But I want to start out by talking about, there's so many articles, there's so many videos, there's so many publications, I should say, in all forms, talking about beauty standards, anything from hair and makeup, skin, nails, body size, clothes you wear, and everything in between. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like if I didn't have the finances, that I might not get, it's a little nip tuck, something done here or there, because as you age, things start to happen. You get wrinkles and your skin sags in places that you wish it would, and all that, or your hair is not long enough, or just whatever. Trying to get rid of the gray that I don't have yet, thank God. um, so, anywho, I still try not to put so much pressure on myself. Hey, Miss Queen Forever.
Hello, I'm gonna be on for a few minutes. I just wanted to get on real quick and sort show some support. I'm gonna hop off and come back.
All right, thank you. So,
Mhm.
again, before this show, I read one article in particular, and it was talking about body size, body weight, shape, and things of that nature, and how we put so much emphasis into I gotta have a flat stomach, waist small, hips wide, I have this perfect measurements and all this, and you see this across social media. I've even noticed it more and more in what do you call it, advertisements for clothing. I'm not going to name the popular sites because one, they're not paying us, and I'm not trying to bash them. Um, but there's several clothing sites that show these women with these teeny tiny waists and these voluptuous hips and these perfect breasts, and then you see people on social media saying what I wanted versus what I got. Well, you don't have that body that that person has in the advertisement, so of course it's not going to look the same. So we see people advertising makeup all the time, this brand and that brand, and then you get it and try it on your skin. It's like, they don't look quite the same, because they did extra stuff to make it look good. We can go on and on and on, you know. So that's this discussion I want to have tonight. All these unrealistic standards that we try to hold ourselves up to, or the society tries to hold us up to, and then we fall into I can't go outside of my house if I don't look a certain way. And so I showed up in my own natural self on purpose. Now, the one thing, well, two things I did do, I laid my edges, and that's another thing. We as Black women, we have been made to feel like if our hair is not done a certain way, that it looks unkept. It looks, it's not done. It's not pleasing. I remember there being a debate some time ago when a particular company, not gonna say their name either, put out an ad. It had a black child, a girl, and it had a white girl, and then it had another ethnic child. And people went in on the hair, how the hair was done for each of these children. So that sparked a huge debate between black women about, well, if you don't like this hairstyle, then you don't love your hair. You don't like black hair. And this, like, okay, it was too much, too much, too much, too much. So I want to hear from Queen, since you got to pop out quickly, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these unrealistic beauty standards? And now I'm getting to the questions a little bit later. Maybe she had to pop off. Okay. Well, Mrs. M3, give us your spiel um, about unrealistic beauty standards, and then we'll get into the questions.
Unrealistic beauty Well, I think um, society just has its beauty standards. Most of the time, we base our beauty standards off what we see in the magazines and on the commercials, of course. Um, we buy our clothes based off of that. Um, but as as you spoke about earlier, what we see on the magazines and things, it's airbrushed, it's made to look a certain way so that the people can sell a certain product, and it's not realistic. You see that same model on the street, and you're like, oh, you kind of resemble this person up there. Like, oh yeah, that is me, with a lot of makeup, a hair team, a makeup team, and this and that. Um, but in real life, like those standards that are set by commercials and by society, um, teenagers especially try to live up to it. And
Hmm.
then, as we grow out of our teens, then we get this age complex sometimes because they put the 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 24-year-old and said that they were 40 on a commercial. And so we're still trying to look that part. In actuality, the model's not even, a 40-year-old. And
Hmm.
so beauty standards become young and wrinkle free and lines free and no pimples when you're young. And, um, you know, the as you were saying, the hair that's kept usually means the straight hair in this society for whatever reason. Um, and anything outside of those standards feels like, you know, um, a person might be made to prove their beauty,
Hmm.
or, at least, to mainstream society, why do you keep your hair that way, or why do you do this or that, to yourself? Why don't you do it like this? Because not everybody looks alike, but what's accepted is accepted. And especially, when you start working, and what's acceptable in the workplace versus what's acceptable when you're at home just chilling, um,
Yes.
kind of
Man.
thing. So I think, you know, definitely for sure, society kind of gauges the direction of what beauty looks like, and then you know, personally for me, beauty comes from the direction of what looks good on me, what fits. But a lot of the time I can remember, growing up, my mom would talk about my weight and how tight things were, or how fitting they were, and those kinds of
Mhm.
things are still subconsciously I think about those things. And you know um, it at home, I like what I like. I like form fitting things, but there are certain spaces outside of my home that are not um, appropriate to wear certain fitting things, and I know that. So those things are, your upbringing also. Beauty is also that.
Oh. I want to talk about, go back to the hair thing. Um, I know. First, I want to say hello and what's up to everybody that's in the chat. Razik, thank you for your comments. And I want to address. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the screen. He says the unrealistic standard in beauty is set by our own black women who refuse to believe us. And I'm guessing it means men. When an overwhelming majority of men say natural is the better look. Well, I want to not argue, but debate the part about the standard being set by black women. when we have been told many times in on our jobs that we can't wear our hair a certain way or it's not professional. I put up this article, and this was published March 19th, 2022. The House passed the Crown Act bill by Friday, which was whatever the March date, which bans discrimination against African American hairstyles. As y'all know, women were told if they couldn't wear afro, they couldn't wear certain styles. Children were discriminated against in schools for having braids and beads and cornrows and locks and this and that and whatever. Kids were not allowed to go to dances and proms or graduation. They were So this has been going on way before Black women got their hands in the mix and start holding ourselves to certain standards. Now, I'm not discrediting what he's saying because part of it is true. However, it didn't begin with Black women. It began outside of us from people who didn't understand or appreciate us in our natural state. However
And
our hair grows. Go ahead, Miss Queen.
I totally disagree with that because at the end of the day, as a black man who says this is what you appreciate, or an overwhelming amount of black men want natural. But then when you walk down the street, you see them chasing the women with the BBLs, with the weaves down to their floor. So, I mean, it's a joke. Like, you can't tell me that an overwhelming amount of men want that when all you see is them with the opposite. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. They may want to wife us, but they party with the side chicks who look different than we do. And black women did not set the standard for beauty. We did not. It was never in our hands to set. Cornrows and braids weren't considered beautiful until a non-black person wore them. Bo Derek, Kim Kardashian. So let's not go there.
All right. And Brianna in the comments is saying, "Hey, ladies, how you doing?" And she's saying, "Facts, also facts." Thank you, Brianna, for that, for chiming in. And so here we are, 2022, and we're seeing more and more beauty treatments, for lack of a better word. Now, I had some pictures I wanted to show because I'm not gonna lie, I have fallen into a lot of beauty things, and usually y'all see me makeup down, hair. Either I got my hair fixed a certain way, or I have a wig on, or some little something, because I feel like I've given into you know these standards. I felt like I can't present these bags under my eyes. My eyebrows don't match. I got these acne scars. Like I got a mustache and dark. My lips are like around my lips are dark, and all these things that don't even matter. you know,
And
I've
we
had
can't see none of it. We can't see it unless you point it. I mean, even if you point it out, we still can't.
And here's the thing, like I think we are our own worst critic. Like we see things, and how many times have you seen on TV shows and movies, women are in the mirror like doing this, and they're making these negative comments about themselves, and like, oh, I wish this was this, and I wish, and here we have these impressionable young people watching these shows and these movies, and here they are trying to live up to these standards. The one thing that is very serious that no one talks about is the mental health component of all of this. Many people feel, and I say many because I've seen it personally, several, to be fair, several people feel if they can't live up to this standard, they don't have the money for this, that, or whatever. They develop this mentality that they're not good enough. Something's wrong with me. I'm never going to be good. I'm not going to get this job. I'm not going to live up. All these things start clouding their mind, and they fall into some type of mental disorder, depression, anxiety. And they start indulging in harmful behaviors. Again, I've seen it. Not Anyway, we're gonna move on from that. But I've seen it, so I know it to be true. I talk to a lot of mental health professionals. I have had friends that have had mental health issues, not just due to beauty standard issues, but anywho, I've seen it. Okay, so we're gonna move on, and we're gonna go ahead and get into our questions. I don't know if the questions are already loaded. So we want to see. Alrighty. Um. Oops. Sorry. Okay, so the questions are not loaded. So let me go ahead and just read them off. So, ladies, let's get into it. And gentlemen, and whoever else is in the comment section, you're more than welcome to answer the questions. All right. What? So we talked about all these trends. Oh, we didn't get into. Oh, Queen Forever mentioned BBLs. That's another trend we see, and it's getting out of hand actually because it's looking. A lot of women are looking very unnatural, um, and then they're having to get reversal surgeries and all types of things done. Queen, you want to say something?
No, I was just going to say, I mean, they get it because that's what's getting them the attention. Like you can say all you want, but if you're going to give the chick with the unrealistic waist and, size 60B breast and, and suku lips, as we call them, if you're going to give them the attention, of course, other women are seeing that and they're going to go and think that that's what they need to do. So my thing is that if you say you want natural, then act like you want natural. Move
Yeah.
like you want natural. Because you can say it all you want, but if you're moving like that's what you want, then it's capped. It's capped to me and you're full of it. That's what I think.
And we're definitely going to invite some men up a little later in the conversation because I really want to hear from them their thoughts and opinions on this whole beauty standards and beauty industry. But we have a question. Razik says, "I have some hard beauty questions I would like to propose to you ladies in this conversation about beauty standards." So I'll let him ask his question first, and then we'll get into some other questions. So
Okay.
Razik, please go ahead and put your questions in the comment section, and we'll definitely get to it. But my first question is, what are some trends that you would like to see go away, fall into the ether of forgetfulness? Mrs. M3.
Um, some trends that I would like to see go away. Um, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I like what I like. People do what they do. I don't know.
Okay. Alrighty. Queen Forever.
I want to see go away these Rapunzel weaves that longer than how tall you are. I mean, come on, like damn. I mean, you spending thousands of dollars on your hair, and you live in, half these women, a lot of them on government assistance. I knew some spend $900 on a weave and got 5 kids and can barely put food on the table. So anyway, yeah, I want to see those weaves, and I want to stop seeing women over 30 with purple, pink, green, orange, yellow hair. Like, come on, stop. You're not rainbow bright. You're not a coloring book. Like, get over it, grow up. And the eyelashes. Why you
Yeah,
why you look like you got dust busters on your eyes? You can't
that's
even
a real.
see. Come on, raccoon. Like, that is not cute. High enhanced, but dang, snuffy, yes. Snuffleupagus. You look crazy.
Yes, Brianna. It's one thing to have, get a little enhancement because I promise I want some enhancement in my eyelashes because I look like a little naked mole rat without them. But um, I don't want something that's going to take over my whole face. It looked like I got spiders just like, yeah. But yeah, to each his own. I know to each his own, but that's one for me. I
M3,
want
you want to taste the rainbow hair?
now
Really?
see, now see, look, okay,
That's
I'm
the
gonna say,
P
hey, to
Funk
some,
hair. The P Funk.
Yeah, you want to taste the rainbow hair.
I'm gonna say hey to some ladies. One of my friends, Red from Ty from Red Lipstick Vibes, She said those lashes are just a hot mess. Um, hey, Princess K. She said looking like trolls with colorful hair. I used to play with girl. No, okay. So some men like what? M3. He said some men like women's hair to look like Skittles. Okay. See that? We need to get into that too. Okay. And Brianna says, now I would wear the hell out of a pink wig, but I know that's alternative. Alternative fashion, okay. Um, so I
Brianna,
went for
we know why you wear the wig, and like I said, it's a certain age. I just unless you in character, you want to play. Come on, I'm just
and,
saying.
and we gotta give a shout out to Mr. Best in the World, the intellectual soapbox. Sorry, we don't have any sound effects. Bum, bum, bum. That's how you get from
Brr,
me.
brr, brr, brr.
That's how you get from me. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna say this in my defense. There was one time I wish I could show y'all my pictures. I had pink hair, but I was in my 30s. I loved everything pink. Like yes. And so I got my hair dyed pink, and then I kept it up for a while. Then I did kind of what I call the strawberry lemonade because it was blonde with little pink, you know, patches. It was cute how it was. And then I dyed my hair blue for an awareness month for March one time. And so, but I'm at the age now. I do miss coloring my hair, but I'm at the age where I think I just want streaks or highlights but I do want some color in my. I want some color. I'm not gonna be old. I'm not going down without a fight. I may be 80, but I still want some pink or some red, like fire engine red. I want some in my hair. Like for Juneteenth, I really want to get some red, black, and green. Some black and green in my hair. But anyway, that's in
Just
the
wear a head wrap.
Here, this is me right here because I protect my natural hair. Um, my nieces, they have their different color hair and things like that. I stick to cinnamon or black. That's me. But protect your hair, you can always add it. You can add it with, extensions. Every nationality of woman uses extensions. So don't just say it's a black thing. But, you can put color that way. Protect
okay.
your natural hair. Yeah.
I want to say, Rosie, we're gonna definitely have to get you up a little earlier because you got some really great questions, and we want to definitely address them. So I'm gonna put a star. Whoever the moderators, can you star Razik's question so that we can definitely go back to that? He said, "Do you ladies think a man's beauty standards are different from what we deem wifeable versus a bust down?" So that's one of my questions. You all,
Of
everybody,
course, though.
all of my notes. You gotta be all over my notes. They have my notes. That's definitely a question. Well, I know he's asking that to us. Um, and Hamish, she stole my thunder. She said, I'm here. Now, the beauty standards will really be too much for all of you. I kid, I kid. Okay. Um, okay, so to go back to Razik's question, I do feel there's a difference in what men deem wifeable versus a bust down. And that goes back to Queen, you mentioned earlier, the women with these. Okay, I saw a video. A girl had these, when I say long braids, they were literally down her ankle braids, and they were these bright colors. While it was interesting, it's not for me at all. Now, I feel that a man that might just be like, as he said, buzz down, which is a term men use. She might just be a side one time only, whatever, whatever. She might not be somebody's wife. And I say that lightly because we don't know. Everybody has different standards. But I like to hear Razi. I like to really hear how he feels about this. But I do want you ladies to answer. Do you feel there's a different men view women differently of who they want a wife or who they want to just kick it with?
Yeah, they say it all the time. You know, they're, the ones that they would wipe versus just, you know, play with or have on their arm, what have you. But, you know, I mean, what they express and show openly and what they desire sometimes don't always match, because sometimes people, you know, they go for what's easy
Okay.
and they don't put the work in for that wipeable one.
Mm. Okay, we're gonna definitely have to have some fellas. So, Razik, give me a few moments to ask these other questions, because it is ladies' night. So you can hold on for about another 15 minutes or so. Please don't go anywhere. But I really want to get these questions asked to the ladies, because there's one question that requires a little deep thought. Um, okay, what are some of your guilty pleasures, ladies? What are some things that you do that other people might consider that's bougie, that's too much? You're doing too much. Y'all already know me. Um, and Brianna, oh, I want to address Brianna's. She said, I think most women want to be desired by their men. Of course, we would love to be desired, wanted, and needed by our men, not just to be their little arm candy for them to take out of a box and show off when they need us to be there for their plus one or something. I know I want my man to want me, like, want and need me and look forward to coming home to me. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that right there because I was gonna go too far. Whew, okay. And so Brianna also says, so that's why it's confusing because we want you to have that thought and reaction to us, but men seem to separate the two. Okay, Brianna, you might have to join our. Come on up here. Please, somebody send Brianna the link to the live stream. 'Cause I really want Brianna to come up and share her thoughts. And then thank you, Razik, for holding on. Um, and Brianna says, my very state of being is extra, so I am extra too. But I'm gonna let you ladies, Mrs. M3 and Queen, like talk about some of your guilty pleasures. The things you do that others might see as extra or unnecessary, or but it's a beauty standard you love. It's a beauty thing that you love to do for yourself.
I
You mentioned
I
your
don't
hair.
really, I don't really have anything extra um, that I do. Um,
What about
that,
skincare or hair care or
um, well, I don't really wear makeup,
okay,
so but finding skincare has been, it's been a little difficult because not everything works for everybody. So I'm trying out different skincare. My routine is very basic.
okay,
Um, um, like today, I just put I've been using Urban Urban RX.
okay,
Um, so sometimes I can use all parts of the skincare, and sometimes my face is like it's too much.
okay,
So today I just put on some coconut oil and my skin feels great. Or I put on a honey turmeric mask that I make.
okay,
And yeah, so I'm pretty basic. I see a natural hairstylist, so she always tells me you don't have to come that often because you don't really wear your hair straight. You wear your hair curly. So yeah, other than the braids, that's my most guilty pleasure. Like I love putting my hair in braids. I don't like paying nobody to do it. I do it myself.
okay,
So spending
uh,
money on that hair, that's the extension hair, not weave hair.
okay. I would like to take a pause and welcome Bree to the panel. Hey, Bree.
What's up, Brianna, with your beautiful pink wig on?
Hello,
Hey,
Welcome,
hello.
that's what
Bree.
I'm
There
talking
she is.
Thank
And that smells good.
you.
It's
Hello.
really nice.
about. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for joining us. I want to address some more comments real quick, and we would definitely bring you into the conversation, Ms. Bree. Um, Princess K say, I'm probably extra with skincare. As soon as I wake up, I apply a mask. I'm getting extra with skincare. um, JP, the aspiring matriarch, says peace, love, and light to the panel and chat. How's your spirit? We're doing wonderful. Thank you very well. I am. I can't speak for everybody. Miss
Wonderful, thank you.
Miss Realistic Vibe says, yes, I do honey turmeric mask. I've heard really great things about turmeric. Um, Definitely to have a chat about natural and holistic things. Princess K says, that in my diet water intake, I give myself up to 2 to 4 days a month to cheat and then resume. Hmm. Yes, Red Lipstick Vibe says water is the best thing for your skin. Water, water, water. Yes. Yes, indeed. So, and I admit I don't drink enough. I don't drink enough liquid, period, and that's part of my problem. But Miss Bree, thank you for joining us. Um,
Yeah, no problem.
so come on into this conversation and give us your thoughts and feelings on what are some trends you'd like to see go away, and then what are some of your guilty pleasures when it comes to all things beauty.
Um, I generally like for people to be expressive with their style. So, like I said, I just don't like things that are just not flattering on anybody. Like, I
Okay.
haven't seen anybody look good with those lashes, period. I know they think they do. I just don't think they look good. A
Thank
lot of times
you.
you can't
Thank
even see
you.
their eyes. Like, they open it, you can't even see if their eyes are open. Some it just I haven't seen one soul that I was like, that looks fire on them. Like, I'm okay with false lashes, but they've gotten out of hand. And then as far as something nice, like I really overindulge in skincare. I spend hundreds of dollars on my skincare. That's a more recent phenomenon now that I'm in my 30s, like mid 30s. I spend more money on my skincare and it's definitely worth it because I don't need as much makeup anymore.
Okay.
So it kind of balances out. Instead of spending like $80 on a foundation, now I can just spend like $80 on a eye cream, maybe, and a little face mask, and kind of balances out. So
Okay.
skincare is my really, really extra thing. And then I shop a lot, but.
Okay. All right. Want to go back to some of the comments? I apologize. Thank you for sharing that, bringing Miss in the three with not forgot about you. We're going to come back around. And Razik is posing some great questions. We're definitely going to, if the moderators can star or highlight all of his comments, we'll definitely get to those. But he says another question: do you ladies ever consider that your guilty pleasures are unattractive to the overwhelming majority of men, especially to the man you personally want and desire? Oh, child, don't come from me. Don't come from me. Well, thank you for that. We're gonna get to that. All we're gonna highlight all of your comments and definitely get to those. JP um, says, "Peace, Princess K, my pruny bunny." He says, "I'm a huge fan," or he or she. I'm sorry. I'm a huge fan of sugar scrubs and long baths. Yes. Sir Hale Speaks says, salute to the ladies here. Salute to you. Um, and then Red Lipstick Vibe says, too much makeup that's not your skin tone. Oh, and you look like you belong in a casket. Yes. Casket ready. um, yes, indeed. Um, okay.
Boy,
Oh,
that
Jake.
makeup that make you look like a different person
Yeah.
with
That's going
the, I call it the mud duck Princess Tiana transformation.
let's see. I've heard that just became familiar with the term mud duck. Okay, we're going on to
Look
that.
it up. You look like a mud duck when you wake up, but then when you leave your house, you look like Princess Tiara. That's not okay.
Okay. Princess K said, "Ooh, yeah, sugar scrubs and long baths with a good book, music, and a glass of wine." I salute that. JP, the expiring matriarch, says, "I will stick to my cherry juice." Gotta try that.
Hard cherry juice is good for your joints, especially
What?
it's anti-inflammatory.
Okay, somebody send me a case of that. I'll send you my address. Okay, Mrs. M3, didn't want to leave you out, so you
No,
were
thank
gonna.
you for giving me a chance to think about it because honestly, I was struggling with the guilty pleasure stuff. I'm like, everything I do for myself, I'm not guilty about it. Like,
Okay.
this is for me, for myself. I don't care. But
Okay.
I do appreciate Bree when she said, the cost of things, how much it costs, because I will stop myself from going to the massage and the facials because it can be too expensive. So if I allowed myself to do that, I would definitely feel guilty about that. Um, but another, I guess, thing that I used to feel guilty about until my esthetician told me it's good for your health. Spraying sunscreen because
Hmm.
I'm black and I'm not supposed to use it, but it's apparently good for you, and especially because we were all in the house for over a year.
Yes.
It changes your pigment, and so in the sun you get a little extra protection until your melanin comes back. So yeah, I'm
We
not
all,
guilty about that no more.
and another untruth that Black women need to just kick to the curb is we don't need moisturizer. Or people with oily skin don't need moisturizer. You do need those things for your skin. They have been, I'm not an esthetician, I'm not an MUA, so please, I'm not going to start spitting a lot of facts and figures that I don't know. I just do know that it's beneficial to your skin. And yes, you need it. The sunscreen helps protects us from the harmful rays because our atmosphere is thinning or whatever. So yeah, we do need that extra layer of protection as well. But find a sunscreen that works for you, especially if you wear makeup, because some sunscreen has a film to it and it will affect how your makeup looks. That's my little unprofessional tip for the day. You're welcome. All right.
The other
Yes.
thing is, if you're wearing sunscreen, and some people do it anyways, it's important. I hope that people do, but wash your face. Wash your face, because all the grime and stuff from the day gets on your face. You wash your face,
Mhm.
especially if you're wearing sunscreen. All your body, your skin needs cleansing, and it
Yes.
should be daily for your face, especially and your neck.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a whole nother conversation about holistic and natural beauty regimens because I am loving this conversation because I need to look, I had a picture I wanted to show you of my skincare products that I'm using right now. That's one of my guilty pleasures, but I am on the lower end. Like I buy a particular brand that's very reasonably priced. And they're vegan and cruelty free. So that's why I support them, even though they're not black owned. Um, yes, I have scrubs and cleansers and toners, and I even bought the little jade roller. Like anyway, so yes, and I'm slowly getting into mask more and more because I want to get to a place like Bree says. I want to wear less makeup and foundation, and I want my natural skin to really show through. I'm sure we can all think back to our grandmothers and even great grandmothers, if they were ever part of your life, or your aunties and all that. They pretty much just washed their face probably with Dove or Dow, put some Vaseline on, and kept it moving, and they have beautiful skin.
Yeah. My mother
So
never
much
wore
more.
makeup.
Wow.
My mother barely wore anything. She used lipstick. She may have a blush, some eyeshadow, and you know, some lash stuff. But whenever she had to do her makeup to go, was she was always done quick. She never wore. So I didn't grow up with a lot of makeup in my house, and I played in my sister's makeup one time, and I completely broke out, like red bumps everywhere. So I kind of stayed away from makeup because of that. So yeah, I don't really. My makeup is very basic, but I do want to get into a nice skincare routine. But yeah, I've been loving aloe vera. I
Okay.
buy the plant, and I had a burn from my eyebrows, and I put it on there for 3 days, and it was gone
Wow.
completely. So yeah,
Okay. All
and it's
right.
also good for your hair.
Okay. Ms. M3, you want to say something too?
Oh no, I was just reading Princess K's comment about the sunscreen. I was agreeing with her.
Yeah, so I definitely want to address, like, she's coming through with the comments. Thank you, Princess K. Feel free to join the panel if you would like. So, she says that's right. The amount of people that don't have the right foundation for their skin, she said, fix it, Jesus. She said, yep, cranberry juice, cherry juice, and prune juice, the Holy Trinity. Might have to try that because I like all of those. Prune juice. She said, yes, I apply sunscreen even when I'm at home. My skin has evened out and such since I started using sunscreen. Get you some avocado oil and rub it in honey, body butters, etc. Yes. Razik, another great question. Somebody please start this one. I got another question. Do you ladies believe your men when they tell you you are already naturally beautiful without a lot of unnecessary makeup, false hair, eyelashes, and long nails. We're gonna get to
Yes.
that. I'm gonna save all of my Zeke's questions for later because he got some really good ones.
Okay.
Um, Princess K says homemade scrub, brown sugar mixed with avocado oil. Okay. I do believe it when people say I'm naturally beautiful. Shoot, I'd be in front of my mirror looking at my bare face, just gassing myself up. Like, yes, girl, this skin is glowing. You go, girl. We all need to do that on a regular basis. Gas our own self.
Okay, affirmations from Princess K.
And want to give a shout out to Daryl Longs, a salute to the panel. Beautiful ladies on the panel, and thank you so very much. Thank you. I am loving y'all in these comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I want to get to another question. What are some things that you no longer do that you felt had you in bondage in your younger years? So now that you're older, you're like, you know what? I'm not doing that no more. When it comes to hair, skin, nails, clothes, diet, I mean, whatever, just anything beauty related. And Mrs. M3.
Um, I used to perm my hair, and then about college, my scalp couldn't tolerate them anymore. And my hair, they would have to take it out while it was still like, getting, um, I guess, losing its curl.
Wow.
So I was paying like a whole bunch of money for nothing because my hair was still curl after, they took the perm out, but my scalp was burning. So I stopped getting perms. And then comes, I guess, about my 30s, mid 30s or so, I got a Brazilian blowout, and just slowly but surely, my hair length just started, like, how you don't notice it, and then one summer it's just gone. Like, I was not bald, because all the new growth had come in. Like, as the
Hmm.
new growth came in, it was stripping out the Brazilian blowout because your hair is just stronger. Your natural hair is stronger than the straightened hair. Um, And I did that Brazilian blowout because I was tired of people taking pictures of the back of my head. And for whatever reason, I got insecure, and I was like, I haven't had perm in so long, and I usually flat iron my hair, and that's all it took. After I stopped permanent for so long, my natural hair I could just flat iron and it looks like a perm. Um, but you sweat out, flat irons you sweat out, and so
Who's
I
Paul?
Brazilian blew out my hair, and it blew out my hair. No, I'm kidding. It
Yeah.
really, it did a number on me. And my hair, it took a while for it to go back, but it's grown back thicker and longer than it ever was. But I'm not going back to perms. And that's something, when I was younger, we used to do wave nouveau and all
Oh,
kinds of
God.
stuff with my hair. But my scalp, that's what I'm saying. Like, my natural hair became more important to me than the fads. It became
Okay.
more important to me. My health is more important to me than the fads. That's what happened as I got older.
Wow. I can definitely attest to that. Got my own perm stories, but okay. Bree,
I
what is
think
some?
I think
Oh,
Oh, I was like, and she said, for me, it's actually kind of just like following my something that I held on to because I was a nurse for a while. And I've always been into alternative fashions. Like even when I was younger, I always made my own clothes. I was always into like just being different. That's just how I always was. And
okay.
so something I let go of was trying to not be who I was and like
Oh,
figuring out how to incorporate what I liked into my style. And I felt so much better like after I just kind of was like, you know what, I don't have to be normal. Like, of course, like when I was at work and stuff, I respect the rules, and so I've always had to find a way to be my authentic self, even in all situations. So for me, like I'm allergic to bleach, so I could never color my hair, which was like
okay.
devastating. So like I've always had to wear wigs if I want to color or do weave. And some people have a lot to say about wigs and weaves. And so it was kind of letting go of that. Like I really just don't care what somebody else says about how I look at this point. If it's flattering on me, then I'm okay.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Queen Forever.
I think I had to let go of the perm I don't understand why I ever got a perm.
Yeah.
Because my hair is so dang on curly, and like it's not coarse, it's more silky curly. Um, but I got tired of being made fun of, like, or, and it was weird. It wasn't even like they were making fun of me in a bad way. It was like, oh, you know, you think you cute because of this, or, Dominicans and Puerto Ricans will always start talking to me like I knew what they were talking about. Like I was, oh, you're not black, you Puerto Rican, you Dominican. And I was like, I'm black. What are you talking about? So I was just like, can I get a perm? I'm
Oh,
tired,
wow.
I'm tired of this, just leave me alone. And so when I got to college, I wore a lot of braids. So needless to say, my perms, I would only get my perms when I would come home to the East Coast because I was going to school in the West Coast. And so I
Okay.
remember one day I just cut it all out. I just cut the perm out, and I was freaking out because my hair had curled up so bad it looked like I didn't have nothing on my head. And then I
Oh,
ran to the store and got a perm. But yeah, I mean, I love my hair, and I would never put a perm in it ever again. I don't even want my hair straightened because I'm afraid that it's going to mess up. Too much heat will mess up my curl pattern.
yeah.
So whenever I feel like I want something different, I'll do braids in a different style, like that's, or crochet. But other than that, no. So
Yeah.
that was it.
For me, um, as everyone has stated, the relaxer. Um, First of all, the relaxer was put up on me because when I was younger, I had really thick, long hair, very healthy hair, and my great aunt got tired of press combing it, to straighten it and put it in plaits and all that. She felt like it wasn't manageable. Well, she couldn't manage it. She didn't want to manage it, so she put a relaxer in it, and so I just kept it going. Even when I went to college and got on my own, I'm like, okay, I just kept relaxing it because I didn't appreciate my natural hair, my natural curls, because I never got to appreciate them when I was younger. I didn't understand black hair and the beauty of black hair. Okay, so I can't tell you exactly what year it was, um, but I got to a point where I said, enough is enough, and I cut all my hair off to about yay long. I'm like, okay, my first thought was, do I look like a? This is not to be offensive to anybody, and I pray it's not. But this was the thought process back in that this early 2000s was, do I look less feminine? I'll just say, do I look less feminine with my hair cut like that? And my husband at the time was like, you look great. I don't know why you haven't been appreciating and gravitating toward your natural hair, before now. And so from that point on, it was no going back for me. I was sold on the natural hair until I started bleaching it. And then it's like, okay, I went to these back and forth bleaching, and became really stringy. My curl pattern was lost. Cut, start over. So anyway, here I am. And to Queen's comment, yes, heat damage is real. So now I'm at the point of my hair as long as it's ever been in my adult life. However, it is damaged because I want to see how long it was after I let it grow for 3 years with no chemicals. And now I fully regret putting heat in my hair. So I'm going to start it over. Another thing that used to keep me in bondage, but it's come back around in a different way. I used to wear wigs a lot and weaves, but I wore them for different reasons. It was for camouflage reasons, as a mask. And now I wear wigs and hair pieces because I miss my curly hair and I just want to. Like I want curly hair, and I don't care what nobody say. Anyway, so those are some things that I did. Now I saw a comment, and Razika, we're gonna get to all your comments, and no, you're not being offensive. I'm loving your questions. One thing I'm not giving up, and I don't care what nobody say, my nails. They gonna come in all lengths and colors and everything. So if that's one thing that you don't like about your future wifey, sorry, I'm not.
Yes, come through nails.
I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not your girl.
Why you
Rocks
gotta
with
do
the
all that with
nails.
your hands? Why you gotta do all that with your hands?
It's only right. You know, my TikTok algorithm knows I love seeing black women do ASMR with long nails. My TikTok will show me every video of a woman like claps, like when she get their fresh nails and she be doing her fingers. I be seeing all those videos.
What is ASMR with nails? What is that? ASMR.
It's like relaxing. It's like it means something, but my brain cannot pick it out. But it's like super relaxing. Like they'll be tapping on like different stuff, maybe. Sometimes they'll
Yeah,
put foam on the mic,
right.
whisper, stuff like that. And I love when they tap on the mic with their like acrylic nails. Ooh, that just does it for me. I love it.
I might need to get into that and get my followers up.
But I have found the best hair stuff I've ever found in life is Maui.
Mhm.
And that stuff, my hair feels so dang soft all day. And
Wow.
this is the first stuff that, besides the flaxseed oil, I mean the flaxseed gel I used to make, this is the only stuff I've ever bought that has made my hair feel, from the root to the tip, it feels so soft to the point where I'm just rubbing my hands in my hair all day. I'm like, this is so soft. Even right now, I'm like, my hair feels real good. So yeah, I found my new hair product, and I'm about to go in on it.
Okay, you're going to share that. I want to get to some of these comments,
Yes, I
y'all.
am.
Everybody's going in on these comments.
They defined it. They defined it in the chat. ASMR.
Okay, so um, Princess K. I want to go back to Princess K. So you gotta love yourself. I'm a beautiful poem, a masterpiece. God knew what He was doing with me. She said, "Okay, yeah, it's been 8 years since I've used perms and relaxes. My hair grew out like crazy." M3, Mr. Non Relationship himself said, "Natural beauty is the best." See, we're gonna make y'all define natural. So y'all hold tight, men. We got something for you. Princess K says, I hated those times my scalp would be burning. Razik, you're not being offensive. We're definitely going to have you come up. Princess K and the dreaded hot comb. Yes, I can't tell you how many times. Had to hold an ear. Once they got to the edges, I'd be sitting in the chair like I was about to be on death row. Oh, man. Okay. Knowledge Relationship says, my daughter's sunflower is a natural blonde, beautiful feathers. Hello to Miss Truth.
We
Oops.
have birds. He's talking about the birds. We have two
Oh,
birds that are
okay.
golden.
I was like, what daughter you got?
You heard him say beautiful feathers, or you read him say beautiful feathers.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Um, I want to definitely thank everyone for tuning in. Please share the video, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Princess K said my hair used to be thin, long, and more wavy slash straight. My dad passed. I grieved inwardly, and my hair fell out as a result. It grew back thick and kinky, and I had to learn to take care of it. Wow. Any hair products you want to share, please do. Um, Princess says I fall asleep to nail and makeup ASMR. Wow. And Intellectual Soapbox said, Mrs. M3, we getting the ASMR real soon on knowledge and relations. That's what I was laughing at earlier. Okay, well, whatever. ASMR means autonomous sensory meridian response. Basically, yes, you're quiet, you're whispering, and you're just making certain noises that people like. Sound therapy, very much so. Thank you, Princess K, for that. Um, and then Knowledge Relay said, man, I'm really feeling good off these probiotics. Probiotics are supposed to get you high. They're supposed to just, anyway, help your belly. Oh, he said good belly is good.
They are yummy.
Okay, the men are having their own conversation. Y'all tripping in these comments. Okay, we're going to move right along. Um, this one's a little more deeper. Which beauty standard had a negative impact on your life? And I know Mrs. M3, you shared about your issues with the Brazilian blowout, and I've actually seen that. Oh, hey Razik, how you doing? Nice to see you on the panel.
What's going on? What's going on? Peace,
All
peace,
right.
peace, everybody.
If you could,
All right.
if you can give us a few moments, we definitely give you gentlemen some space because I definitely want you to expand on your comments, and I definitely want to hear your input. From a man's perspective, because we women think we know all the time what men think, want, blah blah blah. But what better way to know than to hear from a man? So please give us a few more moments, and we'll definitely get to your comments and questions. Um, so ladies, start with Mrs. M3. Can you share a little more? Like, what impact did that have on you seeing your hair come out? Because I've seen other videos of women losing their hair from the Brazilian blowout because it's so harsh on your hair. What impact did it have on you?
Well, it was just a journey and a learning process, just understanding like there's a reason that it's banned in the USA, first of all.
Oh,
Um, and just I mean, hair grows. I mean, um, hair is a woman's glory. Um, for me, I feel like the nicer, like you take care, you treat your hair, the more you learn about your hair. Everyone can have nice hair. What is
hmm
it defined as? It's manageable. That's what nice hair is. Give your hair some conditioner, it's going to be manageable.
yes.
Um, and I learned that because I mean, I have to start over. And now, I spent how many thousands of dollars that a year with braids and everything, and to, get the Brazilian blood and have it all come out. That was really sad. I was like, dang, I'm never going to waste money like that again. Um, but braiding is the best protective style for my hair. Some people's hair falls out with braiding. My hair does not fall out with braiding.
Okay.
So I keep my hair braided. Um, and when it's out, when it's you know, I tend to do styles that I can go to the salon and get pampered with. So
Okay.
braiding is the natural thing. But when I'm at home, like I did this style myself, but it's like, simple, easy stuff. It's just a ponytail and two little braids. But um, I I like natural hair. I like my hair. I like my curl pattern. I love when it's conditioned. It goes from super, nappy hair is dry. I go wash it, and then this curl pattern just. I love my hair. Like I tell my husband I don't like when people talk about my hair, but in the mirror when I'm with myself looking at my curls, I'm all about it. Like, ooh, look at this. God, thank you. Like, like I love my hair. I don't know why people, talk about, you got your hair and I got my hair, you got your hair issues, I got my hair issues. But, I don't like nobody likes to be talked about, but to myself and in the mirror, shoot, my
All
hair is my
right.
hair and I love it.
No, that's right.
But yeah, I have to get out of my headspace when it comes to society because, I'm a teacher and kids talk. I have bosses that don't say anything, that just give you a look when you have certain kind of braid styles, like how long you gonna keep that? So, kind of thing. But, they don't bother me about it. So, you
Okay.
know, that's all. It's
All
a
right.
journey. Hair is a journey.
It is. It really is. Thank
Yeah.
you, Queen Forever. What
What was the question?
what beauty standards or things you've done to yourself have had a negative impact on you or
Um,
or your mental well being? Like something that you did that like I'm never doing that again because I don't like the way it made me feel about myself or whatever.
I mean, I want to say, I don't really know. I mean, other than the perm, I mean,
Okay.
I didn't really I didn't really give into trends
Okay.
or things too much. Um, and I mean, other than, gaining a little weight and feeling insecure about that. But growing up is weird because it's like growing up, I never really paid attention to it because although guys in high school were acting stupid when I was old enough to go to the club, I got plenty of dudes. So I didn't
Okay.
really, you know what I mean? Like it didn't really, it may have affected me in one aspect, in one area, but it didn't affect me in all facets, if that makes
Okay.
sense, you
Okay.
know? So, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I had dudes, I mean, my worst days, I had dudes coming up to me like left and right because, you know, back east, it's a difference being on, maybe on being on the West Coast versus being on the East Coast.
Mm.
The standard of what is attractive as far as what is influence, like, I think the East Coast is a lot heavily affected by the Caribbean and, you know, stuff like that, where a little bit of meat on your body is nothing wrong with that. Whereas West Coast is more like Asian centered and, you know,
Oh,
so once I got out here, I knew I wasn't going to date nobody out here. I knew he was back east and that's
okay.
where he was. I went and got him and he came back out here with me.
Okay. My ex-husband used to tell me that, like, he's from Miami, and he was like, if you went to Miami, you would have no trouble finding a man. I'm like, okay, anyway, whatever. I'm a whole person, not just my body. But anywho, Miss Bree.
Let's see. For me, can you restate the question again, just so I.
So, what are some beauty standards, hair,
Mhm.
makeup, whatever that you've done to yourself that had a negative impact on you, and you're like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that to myself again.
I don't think I've done anything that I felt bad about doing per se.
Okay.
The only thing that I've like ever struggled with for the most part is I'm a small woman, like I'm petite, and
Okay.
black men like really thick women. So like yes,
Okay.
in my later ages I am fine, but when I was younger, like I was always small. Like I probably was 100 pounds, like out of high
Okay.
school, right? So like, and I was stuck there for the longest, and I hated being so small. But I knew that was like my mom's petite, like we're all the women in my family are petite, so I kind of knew. But for me, it wasn't always getting all the attention, like through high school, when I was still small, I didn't really get all the attention because I was a petite girl, and that wasn't really the end thing.
Okay.
Um, so I feel like that beauty standard kind of set by my peers really
Uh,
affected me negatively, which got better with age because I just kind of stopped caring about it. And as I got out of my neighborhood and out from around the same people, I found that there were people who were into like my build and stuff like that. So it kind of helps.
okay. Awesome. Um, for me, trying to live up to what my family thought I should look like body wise. When I was younger, my introduction to exercise was not a very pleasant one. It was forced upon me. And I was told, okay, you're never going to find anybody love you. That was made to feel that being, even the size I was, even though I was active and I was capable of doing everything my other cousins were doing, I was still made to feel like I was still different and unworthy of, certain kind of love and affection. And yeah, so that kind of stuck with me. And then I got to a point where, like, when I got to college, I'm like, I'm not exercising, not on purpose. I stopped doing certain things, and now I'm at a point in my life where I'm doing what I need to do for me, not because someone else feels like it's what I should be doing. I'm doing it for me. So a lot of things in my life, I had to learn how to um, stop doing for other people and start doing it for me. When I put my makeup on now, I do it for me, not because I feel like I can't let anybody see me. Like, I showed up like this today, y'all, because I want to prove a point that I'm capable of letting people see me in my natural state. Am I 100% comfortable? Not really. However, I'm I'm dealing with it, and I'm okay. I'm not gonna have a meltdown, a breakdown, and need to put in a padded room because I don't have makeup on. But um, I did put on a little lip gloss, which has come off now, but and I tried to refrain from even doing that. It was like there's still that part of me that wants to need to do something, need to put some color on my face. And I used to question why Alicia Keys went through her phase of not wearing any makeup. I'm like, I can't do that. You know, but it's a mental thing. It boils down to a personal and mental thing. So I applaud all you ladies. Thank you for sharing everything you've been openly sharing. Um, we are all beautiful in our own way. Forget what society and men have to say. If they want us, they're gonna want us. If not, they're gonna move on to something else. It's just that plain and simple. Um, One thing that I would say I'm not gonna do to myself, and I used to want to, is to get a waist trainer. Now, do I want my waist to be more smaller than it is? Of course. Yes. Am I going to kill myself and crush my lungs to do it? Probably not. I'm just going to drink more water, take my probiotics, and eat my greens, and whatever else I need to do to flush my insides out. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Um, I'm going to go back and address some of the questions. I apologize, you all. I'm not ignoring you. Let's see. Okay, Princess Cave says, I use hemp oil, Carol's daughter's products, Cantu curly cream, or Miel curl custard. I keep my products simple. Same here. And my hair type is low porosity, so I get my stuff based on that. Yes, you have to definitely learn your hair. What's up, Tristan Draper? Thank you so much for checking in. And so people acknowledge each other. And so Princess K goes on to say, I developed earlier than others, so I was a little thick, not overweight though. At 12 years, I convinced myself that I was fat and developed a mix of anorexia and bulimia. I nearly died, never again. Shaking my head. Yes, ma'am. I'm glad you realize your own self worth and beauty and stop giving into other people's ideals of what you should look like and what's beautiful. And that's what it all boils down to. Sometimes we give into what other people think is beautiful and we try to hold ourselves to that standard. And that's why I chose the topic unrealistic beauty standards because it's unrealistic for us. um, yeah. Okay, move on. So the last thing, and this one, just a few words. So, moderator, I want you to give each woman 1 minute. And if you could give your teenage self give your teenage self a few words of advice, knowing what you know now, knowing what you've experienced. Let's start with Miss Bree. Moderator, can we have a minute on the? So go.
Yeah, keep your uniqueness about yourself, like that. Be your authentic self, and just try to mold it and to the environment, but never sacrifice it because it's not worth it. It makes you happy, and it really is who you are. You'll realize it when you hit 30 again. You're gonna roll back around to the same stuff you always liked. So you are you. Be you. Don't sacrifice it, and the person that you end up with is gonna love you being authentic to yourself. So just stick with it.
All right. Thank you very much, Miss Bree. All right, Queen Forever. Moderator.
Um,
1 minute. Give her a minute,
I
please.
would no, it's okay. I would say, oh, that's hard. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Go after your passion, uh, what you're good at, and stick to it. Um, don't let nobody dim your smile or dim your light. And those who don't deserve you, walk past them and keep it pushing. No harm, no foul intended. Just yeah. And live, girl, live.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Indeed. All righty, Mrs. M3.
I would tell my teenage self, learn to listen and differentiate the critiques from the rumors.
Mm, okay. All righty. Thank you for that. And I would tell my teenage self because I was never skinny. I was born like 9+ pounds, and I was just never skinny. Um, Anywho, I would tell myself to appreciate your hips and your curves, but maintain a healthy lifestyle, a healthy balance. You know, don't rebel against your health, and eat well, eat healthier, drink well, lay off the sodas, girl. Um, and don't let anyone else define you. As Audre Lorde says, if we allow ourselves to, I'm going to misquote this, but basically, if we allow ourselves to fall into other people's ideals, we'll be crushed and crunched under. I'm going to find the quote and have it ready because I want to make sure I read it word for word and honor Audre Lorde. Um, don't let other people define you. Define yourself. If you do put on a few extra pounds here or there, so what? But still maintain a natural, healthy balance within your life. All right, so that is all for the ladies' questions. I had an icebreaker that I want to, we're going to do it in the beginning, but now that we have a few extra ladies on the panel, I want to go ahead and read it. Now, okay, so the question came from, like, I watch old classic movies. I don't know if any of you seen Mommy Dearest. Have any of you ladies seen Mommy Dearest?
That's my
It's a,
movie.
Oh,
okay,
it's so little. I don't remember
Yes.
it.
okay. Well, then there was also a scene in Medea, is a Diary of a Mad Black Woman,
Mhm.
when the lady was getting divorced and Medea took. Anyway, she went crazy because she saw wire hangers. So,
Yeah.
so ladies, what makes you have a wire hanger moment? And the fellas can jump in on this too. What makes you have that wire hanger moment?
Just period. Like in life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I know for me, like when I was a nurse, I was a charge nurse, so I would be, charge nurse, and I trained a lot of new nurses. And I know, like, it's hard to send me, but one thing that always send me is when, like, people just like aren't prepared. Like they're responsible for a lot. They have an important role on their shoulders and they completely just come not prepared. And then like when you say something about it, they're like, oh yeah, I should I cannot stand when people just like don't like do stuff and then pretend like they didn't know they weren't doing it when they're confronted about not doing it. I just like that. My kids do that to me. It just irritates me. So no, I just like will lose it almost. Like I can't.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, Queen.
What sends me in wire hanger mode? Okay. The main thing that will send Queen in wire hanger mode is phony, passive aggressive people.
Mm.
I have road rage. I will scream. I will just lose my mind. Yeah, want to shake something, want to break something. Yeah, phony, passive aggressive people.
Okay.
I just want to say what's on your mind, Craig. Say what's on your mind. Damn, just tell me.
Well, you were probably not like me. I'm sorry. Oh God. Want to say what's up to Be Easy, that dude. I definitely want to say thank you to Princess K for sharing her story, her truth. Thank you for that. Um, Mrs. M3.
For me, I think, well, I know, um, pet peeve is when people borrow things from me and it's just us, and in public they act like it's theirs,
Oh,
and then you don't know when you're getting it back, and they'll be like, well, can't you get another one? Like I could, but that one's mine. Those are definitely pet peeves.
all right. Thank you for that. Um, Princess K says, um, basically, when people act brand new, honey, she says, or when people try to gaslight me or send subliminal messages, I will roast you to the heavens. Wow. I am sweet, but there's a ghost pepper spice of the highest degree behind that's your girl, okay? Oh my
And a
God.
sharpened pencil.
A sharpened pencil. Well, um, and Razik, we're definitely gonna get to your comments because we got some guys. We're gonna switch this thing up a little bit on ladies' night. Princess K said, Mrs. M3, that's why I started making laminated contracts with interest on it. Okay, alrighty. So, ladies' night is gonna take a quick little detour, and we're gonna invite some guys on this. We're gonna invite them into our club just for a little bit. They've been holding it down in the comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They've been giving us some great questions and comments and things to think about. So, Mr. Razik, how are you doing, sir? And Mr. Best in the World.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How's every everyone doing this evening?
I'm wonderful,
Doing
thank
great.
you.
All right, all right. Oh, excuse me.
So
Like I
first,
said, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My fault. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, the first, we're going to get into your comments, but give us your thoughts and views on unrealistic beauty standards in reference to women, and then go in with your questions. And I'm sure these lovely ladies will be happy to answer. And then we want to hear what the men really have to think as well.
Okay. A lot was said. Um, I'm going to try to be uh decisive. Um, I think. I think, as I said earlier in the comments, I think women are very hard on themselves, on each other,
Okay.
on on. I guess from a, I want to say kind of like a um trying to compete standpoint.
Okay.
It almost, from a man's viewpoint, it almost comes across as if like women are trying to outdo each other
Okay.
in a sense. Which is why I had proposed the questions, the way I did, because I wanted to not interject, but to to you know I guess to provide a different type of context, especially from a man's viewpoint. I've had this conversation with a lot of my own boys, um, on why do women use the excessive hair and all of this extra makeup, and like you were showing off earlier, the nails.
Y'all can criticize my nails all day.
You know, nah, I'm definitely not trying to comfort nobody, but but I, you know, I would like to, I would, I would, I would like to see, just what I'm saying, from my own standpoint, I would like to see, a lot of black women, just generally speaking, embrace how they naturally look. Um,
Okay.
because me and Daryl was having a conversation earlier, and I told him, I said, um, women are naturally beautiful. Y'all are not born, what I'm saying, ugly. And I hate to use that word ugly, but unattractive. What I'm saying, in a sense, because human nature has a very intriguing way of balancing itself out. From a man versus a woman. So it, I don't know if you remember the uh, Disney your movie Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you remember how hideous the Beast was.
Mm-hmm.
And remember how beautiful, what I'm saying, the girl was, and then in a sense it was almost the woman's standpoint and trying to groom the man in a sense, like, look at how handsome you are, in a
Mm-hmm.
sense. But then the beast was like, nah, I'm just, animal. I'm an animal. You know what I'm saying? Sort of.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, just me personally, I think, the beauty standards have been overly excessive, especially, you know, going back to maybe like the mid 2000s. I think
Okay.
after that time frame, maybe like 2004, up until now, it's really took a huge turn, in my opinion, for the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say for the worst, I think like a lot of all of this, you know, um, accessories, BBLs and Brazilian butt lifts and injections and eyelashes, 9-inch nails and colorfuls. It's just, it's a lot, it's a lot. And just in a general sense, from a lot of conversations that me and my own boys have, amongst each other, we don't particularly find these things attractive. And a lot of my own guys would say, man, he was like, I always wonder what she would look like natural, or why she's not comfortable, in her own skin. Meaning, why you're not wearing your natural hair. You know what I'm saying? And I even think Chris Rock had did a documentary on weave. Like
Yeah,
probably about
good
like
hair.
back in like,
Good hair. Hmm.
oh yeah, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. And and he was describing the damage that so many black women in the black hair industry that has done to so many black women's scalps. And and just the the unnecessary chemicals,
Hmm.
and different things of that nature. And and I know before, when I would try to have some of these conversations with even women in my own family, they would they would say, well, why you can't just accept us for who, what I'm saying, we are. I'm like, and I would always push back and say, well, that's not who you naturally already are. And because you are a woman and I'm a man, I'm already naturally attracted to you. So I always found it interesting of why a lot of women would adorn themselves with all of the unnecessariness, which is why I proposed the question earlier, of why, have you or your ladies ever had a man or men in general tell you, look, I like you the way you are. You don't have to have, the excessive nails and the, you know, um, all of this surgeries and, what I'm saying, eyelashes and all of that. In my, and again, I'm only speaking from a man. So
Okay.
when I'm looking at a woman, I personally, I find these things unattractive, not in a general sense that you're unattractive, but it's taking away from your already, what I'm saying, giving appeal, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Can I speak
Well,
Hold
to
on, let
it,
me
Miss QB?
hold
mm,
on, y'all. Hold on, before
oh,
before y'all continue, I gotta give a shout out to a few people. And salute to everybody on the panel. Y'all already know who I am. Much love to all y'all. Gotta give a shout out to Chicago Rilla. Hey, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Also, gotta give a shout out to Sierra. Good to see you, Sierra. You know what I mean? Peace and love to you as well. Also, our brother from the UK, man, Simon Hector. Simon Hector, what's up, family? He says peace,
hello
peace.
everyone.
But yes, um, I know that you wanted to look at this comment, QB, so I'm gonna highlight it for you. So yeah, go ahead.
Chris's case says some are trying to be better than each other. I know a few women that start analyzing and comparing other women as soon as they appear in front of them, from their shoes to the top of their head. And we'll definitely keep that one started because I want to address that when we get ready to close out. But I want to give the gentlemen some space to go ahead and make their
Um,
comments and even ask us questions.
I'll say
And I
this
have some
though.
questions for the guys as well. So,
Oh, cool, perfect. I'll say this. Listen, it don't matter if you're a man or a woman. Everybody wants somebody. Everybody wants the best option. All right. If you can eat at a 5-star restaurant or you can eat at McDonald's, you're gonna choose a 5-star restaurant if you're able to do it. So yes, people want you to look your best. We also want somebody who looks their best. Everybody wants that. Everybody desires that. Now, it all depends on also where we're at as far as like our environment and things of that nature or the people that we live around and what options that we have as well. So that definitely is a factor. But yeah, nobody is going to want to be with somebody who's unattractive or they're not attracted to or whatever. Like you have to be your best self. You gotta get in shape. You gotta eat the right things. You gotta do the right things. Nobody's just gonna accept you for who you are. Like that's really a mindset where we got to get out of. Like because at the end of the day, what I'm saying, you will want to be your best self for you, number one, first, right? You gotta be your best self for yourself. Forget what everybody else thinks. You want to be healthy. You want to be your best for yourself, number one. And then secondly, if you want to attract certain people, you want to be around certain people, you want certain people to be attracted to you, you got to do certain things. It's just a natural fact because in America, it is competitive. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a man or a woman, it's always competition. Everybody's comparing somebody to somebody else. If you're a guy, if you ain't tall enough, oh, you ain't 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always gonna be something. If you're a woman, oh, you ain't got this type of shape, or you don't got this type of butt or whatever. Like it's always gonna be something. Like that's just the natural state of how people are in America. You know what I'm saying? Most people are that way. Unfortunately, they're not gonna look at who you are. They're not gonna look at anything else. They're gonna judge you from what they see. As soon as they see you, they're gonna judge you. And most people do that. I think we all do that in hindsight. Is it right all the time? No, but does it happen? Yeah, it does. But I do think that, like I said, you have to love yourself first. You gotta love yourself first. You gotta be the best for yourself first. Like that's number one. You know what I'm saying? Understand that by you being yourself, that's what's going to make everything else flow. By you taking care of yourself, you exercising, you doing the right things for yourself, that's what's really going to show because it's going to be motivated by you. And it's going to be something that you're going to be able to maintain. You know what I'm saying? So, and yeah, men, we don't really care about like all that makeup and all that. A real man don't really care about that. Hell, we don't really care about like cellulite and all that. We don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? We really don't. But we don't want you to be ugly either. We don't want that either. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to date nobody ugly. Okay, I don't care if it's a man or a woman. Nobody wants to date somebody ugly. All right, nobody wants to marry somebody ugly. Like it's just a fact. So there are ugly men, there are ugly women. Okay, that's just the fact. Like, and I'm not
let's
gonna
just
name
say
names.
unattractive.
No, the people are ugly. Okay, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? They may have attractive qualities. You know what I mean? But there are ugly people. Razik is dying because it's true. We know it's true. We know if it's somebody that we see, it's gonna be a man or woman. It don't matter. Hell, it can be a child. And we see them and we like, yo, they ugly. Like we know it. Like it's no dodging it, right? You know what I mean? We don't may not want to say it. We may not want to tell them, but we know. We all know, right? So at the end of the day, or they may have certain ailments, or they may have certain physical things that are wrong with them. I have physical things that I need to work on. It's all good. I accept those things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I don't dodge them at all. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I take responsibility for that. So I think people just gotta take responsibility for certain things. I know I'm not no Michael B. Jordan type of cat. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm me. And you know what I'm saying? Whatever's gonna fit for me is gonna fit for me. You know what I mean? I'm not fit for everybody. Some people gonna want that dude that looks like that. Some people gonna want the dude that like me. You know what I
But
mean?
bro,
My options ain't gonna be the same as his. It's just
but
a
bro,
central fact.
I do want to add to that though, and you have a
Yeah.
point. Um, when I was in school, you know what I'm saying, I was called ugly. I was called every name in the book. Like I looked like Sammy Davis Jr., Flavor Flav. I mean, you name it. So I kind of had to like grow into my own. Like I'm only 5'9", but for like the longest, I was like probably about like a buck 40, like a buck 45. Like I was slim. Now I could always
Mm-hmm.
play, what I'm saying, ball, but I was always comparing myself to all the other guys, like, because all the other dudes was always taller. So I was
Hmm.
like, well, I can't change anything about my height, but I can
Yeah.
definitely work on my, you know what I'm saying, physique, my arms, my chest, back, you know what I'm saying? So when I started to, work out and you know what I mean, like, and I just seen it like over time, like more women started to like check out. It was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Then, I remember a time I had went back to one of my high school reunions, you know what I'm saying? Like the same girls that were joking on me. Like, it's so funny, like when they say, what's the song? He was like,
Back then it
he
didn't
was
want me.
like,
Now I'm hot.
yeah,
They all on me.
like all over. Yeah, like, it's just so, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, how, you know what I'm saying, funny, but a lot of it stems from, you know what I'm saying, confidence,
Yep.
because, like, yeah, I mean, hell, even when you look at, like, guys like, Nipsey Hussle, he's slim. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg, very slim. Wiz
Hmm.
Khalifa, very slim. And I'm not trying to just use, you know what I'm saying, celebs, but, it's a lot of guys that don't have that physical you know what I'm saying, prowess, but they
Yeah.
but they excel in other arenas. Maybe like they might have a doper smile than you, or they might have better
Hmm.
hair or iller
Hmm.
hairstyle, or they may dress, you know what I'm saying, better, or they just may have a better vernacular when they talk. You know what I'm saying? So, and and you can see the results in a variety of dudes and how they carry themselves and the responses that the women, you know what I'm saying, give in return. So, but yeah,
Yep.
that's all, bro. I just wanted to add on to that. That's
No,
all.
no, you're right. You're right. And like you said, once you started to work on yourself, your results completely change. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's just how people naturally are, man. It's just that's just how we are. Like we'll see something and we won't even know if that person missing teeth or nothing like that. We just see what we instantly see. You know what I mean? We don't know if they had bad breath. We don't know none of that. You know what I mean? We don't know if they took a shower, but we see something like, oh yeah, and then you know what I mean? Like when we actually do our research and we actually talk to them, we like, oh well, nah, I don't know about that. Or we be like, all right, cool, they good. Like, you know what I mean? But when you first initially see something, your senses go off. It's just a natural fact. It's like if you see a restaurant that looks clean from the outside, you're like, oh man, this restaurant looks slamming. But you go in and the food is bad, now you're disappointed. You know what I'm saying? But the restaurant that kind of like a hole in the wall, their food is banging. But you thought their food was whack, but they got the best food on the block. So we always go by what we see first. That's just a natural state of things. It's just people.
Okay. Mrs.
Can I?
M3 has a
Yeah.
comment she would like to make.
Going back to Razik, your initial point that you made in regards to women and um, the outward appearance. It's not your fault that we dress up the way we do, look how we look, or whatever the things are that we choose to add on. That's not your fault, right? It's not man's fault. It's not Razik's fault. It's not Mr. Best's fault. There is a particular way that we've grown up in the society that we were born into. And society has a big influence on how we portray beauty. It's not your job until you decide this is who I want a wife. This is the person I want to be in a relationship with. And people can say it's not my job to do this and that for you, but you're going to deal with it whether you want it to be your job or not. You're going to deal with her insecurities just like she's going to deal with yours. And if you're a person that likes natural, but you were attracted to her based on all the things that she did to make herself look attractive from within her before she ever met you and knew anything that you liked about her, you're going to have to deal with those insecurities. You strip away this and take away that, hide all her wigs or whatever it might be, hide all her makeup, and you're going to deal with what comes out of her when you press. It's not your fault, but it's going to become your job. And a lot of men are not ready for that. And when they aren't ready for that, it becomes an argument like, you're insecure. This isn't my job to do. It's true. And I was fine before you walked into my life because that was just me being me. but it's something that you don't like and you want me to change it, and it's pushing on my insecurities that that woman might not even know she had. It's not your fault.
I think I think you're kind
Excellent.
of
Thank
I think you're kind of misreading. You know what I'm saying? That and let me explain. Um, for example, I don't I don't talk to or approach women that I'm not physically attracted to. So like for example, if and I see plenty of women, you know what I'm saying, do this. Obviously I drive trucks, so I've been in every city in the entire U.S.
I thought you were
So
in a
I've
truck. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, I've seen a lot, especially out in California. It is whole. I'm talking about extravagant. Atlanta, it is extravagant. Florida, it is extravagant. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not attracted to wigs and weaves at all. So if I see any black woman and she may be facial wise physically appealing, I'm not even interested. If she got Megan the Stallion type fingernails, I'm sorry, that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't hide it. And but I also don't go out of my way to tell that young lady, hey, look, you need to stop doing that. You need to stop doing that. I just don't even, you know what I'm saying? I just don't even go out of my way.
Mm, yeah.
And to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying, just to add a little, a sentiment. Um, if she meets what what I already like physically, the things that you were talking about that I'm going to have to work with her on her, insecurities in any fashion, is going to have to deal with her personality, her cooperation, or any type of conversations and different things that I may try to teach her and mold her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now that may come up, but just on the physical aspect alone, like, I don't even deal with that. So women with like extravagant butts and breasts and all of that, I'm not into that at all. Now, I would be lying if I said that, yeah, I don't go to the strip club and it's not, and I'm not having fun. I may throw a few ones in the strip club and some girl who got a big butt, you know what I'm saying, and she twerking, you know what I'm saying? For that type of an environment, that's just fun to me. That's not nothing that I'm looking at like, you know what? I think I can wife her. I think she would make a good mother. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Yeah, that was
So,
the purpose. I think you
right,
hit
right.
the nail. I'm
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll say after.
Nah, I'm done. Go ahead, go ahead. My fault.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think you that word mold is right, exactly the work, right? Because society has already, I said shaped, but it's already molded us, right?
you.
Even
Hmm.
at 20 years old, 25 years old, their society has done something of molding, of shaping. And so regardless what age you get the woman of your dreams, the desired person, all of the physical attract attributes and all those things, there's some insecurities that could be in there, and that molding and that shaping, it it works on both directions. You're both fashioning each other, you're molding a relationship, and you're seeing what of it works and what of it doesn't. And when two people are able to meet, compromise, cooperation, and communication, relationships work. That's how they work, you know. And the physical attributes and the outward, you've already got that sense of, what you like, and you're staying away from avoiding things that you don't, so that's the step ahead that you're doing, and I think that's important. I think, um thank you for sharing what you shared in the chat, before you came up, because it just kind of lends to the conversation, just understanding that, it's not guys' fault necessarily that women, that we put on what we put on, or we take off what we could take off. Once we get to a certain age, we like what we like, and we know what we don't like. But for a time in everyone's life, we try to fit the mold. We try to fit society at some point or fashion, because everyone's innate need, that basic hierarchy of need, that basic need for survival includes acceptance. And that's just part of it.
I
And I
just want to say
also,
that I think hold on,
my
bro.
fault,
One second. I'm
my
sorry,
fault.
fam. My bad. You know what I mean? I just want to say, I don't think it's anybody's job to like make anybody feel secure or make anybody feel like accepted, or whatever. Like that's not
It's
anybody's job.
not.
Like you gotta feel that on your own. Like at the end of the day, um, because you know what I mean. Like it's not for a man or woman to do that for each other. At the end of the day, like my only thing is to add to your happiness. It's not to give you happiness, to add to it. You got to
No,
already
not
be
to
there.
make you happy.
Now,
Exactly. Not to make you.
hold
Yeah.
on. Now, with that being said, I think that what happens is the fact that um, a lot of times, you know, what I mean, people have these expectations of each other or of what the relationship should be like, and they're not saying what those expectations are. You know what I'm saying? And they put these expectations on each other, and then life hits or reality hits, and it's like, well, I can't live up to that, or I can't do that, or I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we all know the things that we desire in relationships, or the things that we feel like we want and need. You got to express that in the beginning. If you don't express that in the beginning, and you try to throw it on somebody, then that's not fair. You know what I mean? Because that person can't live up to that. You know what I mean? Like you telling somebody like, all right, well, I want you to be this now. I want you to be that now. Well, when you met me, this was what it was. Like this is you said this is what you want, this is what you need, this is you've expressed all these things. So now I feel like we're on the same page. And now you're telling me that we're not on the same page? Now you're telling me you want this, or now I've even heard that brothers was asking women, and I'm not going to get into detail, but I know there was a brother who asked his woman to get, I think it was some type of surgery. I forget the name of it, but it's one of them surgeries where it's some weight loss surgeries that can basically kill you. And because she was just a little bit chubby, he told her to get the surgery. After years of being with her, she done had about multiple kids by this man, everything, and all she got to do is just basically eat well and go to the gym. She's not even fat; she's just a little bit out of shape. And this man wanted her to get weight loss surgery. It's insane. Like the things that men and women ask of each other when they get in relationships, it's not cool, man. It's totally not cool. We gotta stop doing it to each other. Go ahead, y'all.
Mrs. M3, make your comment, and I have a comment of something that personally happened to me concerning that. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely not talking about making anyone happy, but for sure, if if it wasn't within the dynamic of a relationship to mold each other, then there would be no arguments. There wouldn't. Arguments come about because each of you are trying to have an opportunity, a say that makes you feel comfortable, your side comfortable and secure, their side comfortable and secure. Until you feel secure, the argument's not going to stop. So that's what I mean by that. You're molding each other. Otherwise, arguments wouldn't happen. And the other part of that, understanding is if your values are being pushed upon, you're going to push back. There's something about asking someone to do something like, get me a loaf of bread as opposed to, get a surgery so I can feel happy about being around you and, not embarrassed around my friends for your size. Values versus, compromise that, okay, I can do this. No, I don't want to do this. Or it's against my values to have this surgery. Like there's a difference between those kinds of arguments, whether it's a values situation, like, for example, with young people, whether or not when to have sex or not have sex, those are values. Those are arguments that happen of values.
See,
Whereas just get me a sweater versus a jacket, those simple things that they're not anything about value. They're values.
see, on that molding aspect though, I think I think I think a stoic man is the one who molds his woman. You know what I'm saying? Is it's not as like you know what I mean? Like it doesn't interchange as far as like going back and forth. Um for example, right? I come from a very traditional, what I'm saying, home. So even though I grew up poor, um, my dad, or from what I saw, my dad was the one always trying to mold my mom. But from what I saw, my dad did it in a very derogatory way. For example, um, when my mom had my sister, um, I remember so my parents used to always what I'm saying fight and argue, and my dad used to always tell my mom like, yeah, you fat, and I don't even like you like that. And I used to always say to myself, I was like, it gotta be a better way. So me personally, because I'm very inclined to like athletics, working out. I'm an avid student of Dr. Sabi, uh, Nation of Islam. So I understand like the human anatomy and staying away from meat, different stuff like that. So I always had the mindset like if my woman ever gained any type of weight, I'm not going to haggle her, be like, yo, you need to lose weight. I'm the type of man that be like, look, hey, what I'm saying? What you doing today? And she be like, I'm just trying to lay down in bed or whatever. I'm like, look, let's go out and walk. She's like, well, where are we going? I'm like, it don't even matter. I'm like, yo, you with me. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go out and walk. And then before you know it, we out there like 2 or 3 hours, and she over there sweating, and she don't even know it. And then she's not even thinking about the working out aspect. She's just looking at it like, damn, I'm enjoying time with my man. We out here working out. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, walking turns into jogging, jogging turns into riding the bike. We might be going to a nature, you know what I'm saying? Like different stuff like that. And then it just develops into a lifestyle that she's, what I'm saying, not even aware that she's doing it. And then she acquiesces, what I'm saying, to what I'm showing her. And she's already building her own confidence in herself because she's like, damn, you know what? I'm looking good. Like I got more energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's always been like my my approach. Instead of me trying to direct and say, look, you need to lose weight, you fat, blah blah blah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like even you know, and there's plenty of examples of this on Instagram and YouTube where you can see women who are like 7 to 8 months carrying a child and they're literally out there exercising. You know what I'm saying? But they're not doing strenuous exercises, but within the limits of what they can do. You know what I'm saying? During that time frame. So um, I just think, what I'm saying, and to go back to what you were saying, I really am am so stoic to where I believe, you know, women acquiesce themselves to the men that they are with. You know what I'm saying? So if a man if a man is is I'm gonna talk to you however you know what I'm saying, be derogatory in your name and call you out your name and you know what I'm saying, and, and just make you feel like you ain't shit, then yeah, you know what I'm saying, then that's going to take a toll on her. So I look at it like as long as I'm able to, set an example, you know what I'm saying, and then help, you know what I'm saying, along the way and not just be verbal and say, you need to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, do this, you know, with me. Like, no, this is fun. Have you ever tried this? You know what I'm saying? So that's my output on that.
Can I please go ahead? You want to say something, Miss M3? Okay, I just want to share an experience that happened to me, personal. And Razik, I want to say this to you, and it's not a dig, it's not a shade, it's not anything. Um, I still feel like that was a passive way of molding or shaping the woman to get her to do the things that you would like her to do if they didn't come naturally for her. Again, that's my opinion. I don't know you that well. I don't know you like that. That's just my opinion. So please don't be upset with me for that. But the situation that happened to me, this is before I got married. So there's this guy, was this guy. We met in high school. He was 2 years ahead of me. We became friends first, and then he became my first everything. I was in love. We ended up going to the same college. We hung out in college. We kicked it, and I'm just going to keep it PG. We kicked it in college. Kept it going. Okay, so he graduated. I went my separate way. We lost touch after a while. Well, somehow we came back around and found each other. Okay, he with his degree. I was like, I want you to be my personal trainer. Um, I want to see, I want to get in shape. And so he was still at the point where he still liked me, he had feelings for me. And we discussed, let's try to see if we can build our relationship now that we're more adults versus when we were teenagers. Okay. So, mind you, while I was thick, fat, whatever you want to call me, I was still at a shape and size where I can wear leggings and still be cute. Like I wasn't just all lumpy bumpy. I was thick, but I was smooth with it. And I reached out to him to be my trainer because I wanted to get in shape and lose weight. We had one night, we kicked it. The next day, he told me, well, I can be your trainer, but I don't think I can be with you until you look like the woman that I desire. And I said, what? Okay. And in that moment, that ended our friendship forever. Like, I appreciate you want to train me, but we just we just intimately connected. But now you can't be with me because I don't look like the woman you desire. Fast forward 10 years, we had a conversation and he apologized wholeheartedly. He was like, I was in a mental state where I wasn't good with myself and I took it out on you and it wasn't fair to you. So while he apologized, our friendship was never the same. And to this day, we don't talk anymore because life happened. So I'm just saying, it's not just the women. Men have issues too that keep them from being with the woman no matter what. Go ahead, Ms. M3.
Say it, QB, say it.
I
Are you
know.
good? Hey, look, come on. Hey, look, come on. You can't do this. It's like, look, you gave me love the other day on the show. You was like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, hey, this is supposed to be our, open space, right? But go ahead. I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
Yeah,
Go
not
ahead.
not the relationship is an open space, y'all. I want to welcome Simon Hector. And QB, I just want to comment on what you just said. I don't think that I think the brother's approach and his actions were wrong, right? You know what I'm saying? And I think the way he handled the situation was completely out of place. I just want to say that it was disrespectful to you, it was disrespectful to you as a woman and as a person. But I do think that people still need to voice, their preferences and what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone
So
has a right to their preference. I'm not.
yeah, but it's the way he went about it was not respectable. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
look. Hey, look.
It
Hey,
was
hey, bro. Let me just add this too, right?
yeah.
I think from what I've been seeing, from Kevin Samuels and all of these women, and then it's like ever since him, a lot of these relationship talks have become more, uh, just popping up everywhere. And I will say that I see the danger that a lot of women face because, unfortunately, and this is to all the your ladies, but men will say whatever
To
to
get
have
women.
sex with you. They
Hmm.
will
Yep,
say whatever.
I
And
know.
I'm a man, and I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. For
No, that's
all
true.
for
That's
all
true.
the
That's true, bro.
females,
Yeah,
for
that's true.
all the females who, what I mean, if you don't take nothing away from anything of this, men will tell you whatever you want to hear to
Yep,
have sex with you.
No, bro,
And
I'm not disputing that fact. I'm not disputing that fact. I'm not saying that he didn't do. Like I said, his actions and what he did was completely distasteful.
That's
right,
Completely
bullshit.
right,
distasteful,
right,
and it was
That's
wrong.
right.
bullshit.
And
And that
I know why. I know why he did it, but I wasn't gonna. I didn't want to go down that. I wasn't gonna go down that lane. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
bullshit.
Because
right,
We all
wanted
know why.
That's
he
bullshit.
wanted to have sex, and that was it.
We
No,
all
Yeah, that
right.
was
know.
really it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but see, and I just wanted to say like, and this is where I always, and I tell some of my cousins this, my sister, said this, and I tell her I was like, look, what I'm saying, like, don't be engulfed by a man's ability to shatter you with, the glamour and the glitz. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like, learn to, judge men, you based upon the character of how they move.
Hmm.
bro,
You know what I'm saying?
brother,
Because
brother,
go
can
ahead, I'm
I ask
sorry.
you
Go ahead.
something? Can I
Hold on,
ask you
Simon.
Right.
something?
Simon, hold on. Let me finish the point, and I'm gonna get to you, bro.
Well, I just want look. I ain't gonna be long, but I just
No,
only
take your
want to
time.
say that what I'm saying, that the character of a man is what really defines him.
Yep.
Because if you pick based upon a man's character first, it doesn't matter how much money he's going to get. As the old saying goes, money doesn't change you; it only increases more of who you already are.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It just
So,
exposes.
right, 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 indeed, indeed. So,
So
If you
Okay,
at
um,
that
hold on,
point broke, you're
y'all.
gonna be an asshole
Hold
with
on,
money.
Queen. Hold on a second. I want to give Simon a chance to speak. Then I'm gonna pass it back to QB. I'm gonna have her, take it from there and let her know what direction we want to go in. Simon, go ahead and speak your piece, brother, real quick.
Thank you. I appreciate
Go.
that. Look, that's kind of disturbing. Um, in I should like because the dude was talking. It's like okay, like money's everything. Okay, where does that come from? Um, is that the people that you're sort of rocking with or whatever? Yeah, I'm kind of interested in understanding what that is because it just sounds like we don't understand each other. Like everything is just money orientated. And I don't know, it's a bit of an issue. Do you get what I'm
look,
saying?
but Simon, let me ask you. Where I know you told us you're in the UK, right?
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
Okay, so what are some, from your perspective, your experience, what are some beauty standards that men and women try to hold each other to that you feel are, I don't know, ridiculous or outdated or just unrealistic?
The latter part of your question, I didn't really understand. So
Okay, the beauty industry in UK. I don't know how much you pay attention
the
to
beauty industry.
advertisements.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I've got.
Like what messaging do they try to send to women? What things do you feel like are unrealistic in conversations with men in the UK? What things do you feel are just outlandish or like that's rubbish?
Okay.
Rubbish.
So look, black women are beautiful. What I have an issue with, per se, I wouldn't. I'm going to detract that statement about
Okay.
issue. That black women are beautiful. The problem, the thing is like we're buying into a whole marketplace where, uh, you got people in Thailand sort of like chopping their hair off, and you're buying that stuff. You're putting it on your head, right? We're walking around. I had this whole conversation with my ex-partner the other day. And we sat in a cafe. We was having a cool drink, and I was like, "Look, just take a look. every person that passes by, white, black, Chinese, Puerto Rican, whatever, the only person that's walking by patting their head is a black woman.
Mm.
Then we turn around. Sorry, I'm not going to take. I don't want to go into your whole thing, but it's just like she turned around to me and said, "Oh yeah, Simon, yeah, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Oh yeah, oh, okay, cool, right? That's your culture," and it was cool. That's your culture, like and I love this black woman. I had a child with her. I was like, look. How much are you spending on your hair? And it was like, we actually sat down. We had a nice lunch. It was cool. Very civilized. And I'd done the equations. It was like, boom, boom, boom. How much are you actually spending on your hair? Like, because I'm walking around, and we sat down and we looked out the window. No other culture is spending money on their hair like that. And how did we get to this? Where black women really feel like they need to actually fucking, do you know what I mean? Like spend 90 to £1,000 monthly on a monthly basis on their hair.
Let's see what that is in American dollars. So
yeah, do that. Calculate that shit. That's
£90
on a monthly
Can I say
basis, right?
something?
On a monthly basis. On a monthly basis. It's terrible. And
Okay.
why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Like when these white trigger girls are sort of just giggling at us. It's like, wow, that's not nice.
And there was a movie that came. I'm gonna let everybody else speak while I look up this movie. I want to welcome Princess K because we got a lot of your comments starred, and I want to go through those. But 90 UK pounds is $113 US.
That's cheap.
That's cheap.
I'm about to say that's cheap. Now, she ain't got no Brazilian bundles in for that.
Hold on, family. One mic, family. One mic. Let's get the Princess K. You made a lot of comments in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We want you to address those comments, or just address how you feel. Say your statements. I know QB's looking something up, so QB, as you look that up, Princess K, please speak.
So Princess K, go ahead and put each one of her comments, please. Starting
she got
with,
a lot though. I'm gonna just let her speak because she got a lot. She got like over 10
starting with the one about the gender war. Put that one up, please.
Okay. So I may not be able to go through all of these, Princess K, because you do have a lot of comments. Matter of fact, I'll read them verbatim, and then what I'll do is that I'll have you just say your piece after that. Give me 1 second, okay? Okay. So she says, "No, I'm not trying to start gender war when I say this, but to be honest, a lot of women you're describing, Razik, are influenced by the illusion of what they think men like." She also says, "But I do think that comparing is a natural thing most humans do, either they're aware of it or not. We learned this in psychology, sociology. It's a human trait to compare or find patterns." Let me continue. Hold on. She says, in other words, it's called observation. Just some things take a little too far, though. She also says, I think she's speaking on a general basis of how men act in the example she mentioned. I don't believe Mrs. Simply was talking about you. Okay. Let me scroll down. She says, how they were raised also influence how women see beauty standards. So even if you say she's naturally beautiful, in her mind, it doesn't register that way. For instance, my mom was big on image. I wasn't allowed to step out without grooming myself or being presentable. Clean face, earrings, hair done. Okay. Hair done, nails done, everything did. Okay, I got you. Can't go outside my house without being presentable. Much respect to others, and they will do them, but I'm not wearing bonnets, house shoes, or pajamas outside, even if it's to take out the trash. All right, okay. You can take out the trash, damn. Molding is another word influencing in some cases. You've been in a relationship over time, they will have some sort of influence on you. All right. He says, take out, Ben, I'm sleepy, so the typos are to appear more. Okay. I love this conversation. You all are doing such a great job. Props to QB for being a great host. Yes, he's a wonderful host, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. And that is it, Princess K. Okay, the rest are just greetings. So, Princess K, now that we got you here, you can address, you can say how you feel. You can address some of your comments. You know what I mean? And just go from there.
Welcome to Ladies Night, Princess K. Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you, family. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So please go ahead.
So my first question that I was about to ask, and I mean this respectfully, but Simon, have you been drinking, honey?
Oh, wow.
That's just what I had a question about. I was a little confused.
Why are you asking me that?
I mean, you don't have to answer. You don't have to answer. I'm just really curious because I heard you slurring your
Listen,
words a little bit.
that tells me a lot about you.
And about you too. Back at it. But yeah.
You were like, Simon, how you been drinking, honey?
I'm trying to say this in the nicest way.
It's like me asking you. I was like, well,
I was trying to say that.
Are you in your best dress? Are you in your best dress, honey?
concerned over there. I'm just like, it's a little slurring going on, just a tiny bit.
No, look,
not to negate anything that you said.
I'm a single father. I get tired. I tune in, and sometimes my voice sounds slurry.
Gotcha.
You know,
okay.
I am like, you don't know what it's like to be a single father, like
no,
with
I'm
no support whatsoever. So I try not to sort of bring that into the picture. So sometimes my voice is slurry. But I love you, babe.
You don't have to defend yourself, though. I was really just asking because I was curious, genuinely.
Don't do that.
And I was like,
no, you look like a ninja. It's like, I'm not trying to defend myself about anything. No. I love you. We're people.
I love you too, Simon.
We people.
Okay, so Princess K, before you build, I just want to say salute to Von Eric. Blessings to you too, bro. Princess K, go ahead and build, sister.
In the words of somebody, I can't remember the name, but I said what I said, so I don't have anything else to say.
That was Nene from Real Housewives. I said what I said.
Okay. Yeah. Like I put my thoughts out there. I think, yeah. I don't really have anything else to say. Does anyone have a question or?
I appreciate your comments, but go ahead and Queen, and then Bree.
I was going to say that, the stereotype is that the only people with weaves and stuff in their hair is Black people, and it's so not true.
Yes.
Every race wears it. Every race has it in, but the only people that it looks fake on is us.
To be honest.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. It's not just Black women. Everybody wears it. And they pay thousands of dollars too.
Yeah. Some of us just need to get better at taking those kinds of things.
Yeah. But I will say, like, even though all, races do indulge, the caveat to that is that in the Black, community, the women spend the most. They are the highest set consumer base, when it comes to, artificial hair.
That's not true. That's not true. We buy a lot of products to make our hair straight, but I had a roommate who does hair professionally, and she She was a white girl from Virginia. She did the hair extensions in the upscale salon, and those women were paying thousands of dollars to
That's
get those plugs in. So it's
Yeah.
not, and it's the type of hair too. Their hair cost thousands of dollars. I used to braid hair. The woman
But that's not.
I braided hair from, she spent $900, and she was a white woman, on her hair for me to braid her hair.
That's not.
Women, women
But
do
that's
show
not.
up.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. With all due some respect, that's not what I was saying. I was saying that black women are the highest consumer base, unnatural, you know what I'm saying, hair. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not, and you can actually look that up, you know, based upon, you know what I'm saying, like economic statistics from like for like different types of products, and there's a huge racial a gap when you look at whites, Latinos, blacks, and Asians. Now all of them do this, but blacks spend on the highest consumer base by far, and
That's
I
not
believe
hard to.
that.
Yeah, because we're not taught how to take care of our hair naturally. We were taught our hair is not beautiful. So when you have to use all these products, you will spend more money. And then you got to figure out what's going to work for your hair.
Where'd
You
you
know,
get that?
so
What?
so
Sorry,
not everybody, not
where'd you
One
get
mic,
that?
one mic, one mic, one mic, one mic,
go
one
ahead,
mic.
Simon, because you're
Go
gonna
ahead,
cut me
Queen.
off anyway.
No,
No, I'm
Queen.
done.
Queen, go ahead. One
Well,
mic. I said one mic. Queen, go ahead and finish your statement, and then I'm gonna go to QB next. So Simon, hold on. I gotta go to QB next.
Cool.
So go ahead, Queen. Finish your comment.
were you
Queen,
done?
Queen.
Okay.
Okay. Go
Well,
ahead, QB.
okay. I want to go to Simon, and then I want to give Bree a chance to pop in because I feel like it would leaving her out of the conversation, and then go
Mhm.
back to Mrs. M3, and then Mr. Best is going to pull up a slide that I showed him, and we're going to talk about this. So go ahead, Simon.
I was just really interested in and this. I'm asking this on a basis, on a premise, on a global scale. So where do you get that from in terms of your the what you stated about your hair?
Not being attractive,
Right.
it goes back centuries.
We got it. We got it
No, no.
from.
Oh,
We got it
Hold on,
from
wait, wait,
the
wait, wait.
Crown
Queen,
Act.
oh,
Queen,
I
Queen,
had to. I
Queen.
had to
One
wait.
mic, one
I,
mic, one
I had to
mic,
Okay.
wait. I had to wait
one
a
mic.
second.
Go ahead, Simon.
like I was real. Like
Simon, go ahead and make your point. Go ahead and make your point, bro. Go ahead, move on.
no, I was just speaking to the lady.
Okay, go ahead.
Could you please continue?
Well, Queen, yes, please, Queen.
What happened?
He wants you to continue your statement. Like,
The
what is
Crown
I?
Act had to be passed in 2022 to protect Black women from not getting fired and getting jobs based on their hair. So that's where we are in 2022, that we as Black women can't wear our hair as it come out of our scalp and get a job based on not our experience or our critiques, but our hair. So look that up. That's where I get it from.
Respect.
Bree, do you have something you'd like to say?
Queen,
No, I was
look,
gonna
Queen.
say what
Hold on, Simon.
what Queen said was true. Like historically, we were not allowed to wear our hair. I don't know why that's such a like lost upon people in this day and age that historically we were not allowed to wear our hair as it grew out of our scalp to be considered professional and hold a job. So like that doesn't just go away. Like it doesn't just go away. And like Queen said, they just passed the Crown Act in 2022. Like just now. So it's still a thing. It didn't go away either. It's still a thing.
Well, my whole argument, well, not even an argument, but my premise of that, I wasn't trying to be, trying to negate, the Crown Act, but however, I do want to say something. It says, not so surprisingly, African Americans have cornered the ethnic hair and beauty market, ranking up 54 million of the 63 million total industry. And this was back in 2018. And then there's another article that estimated that, and this was back in 2016. It says black women in particular spend an estimated 7.5 billion annually on just beauty products alone. So that's not just including hair, but that's just beauty products. But yeah, it is fortunate, at least from my own standpoint, because I'm a huge advocate of natural hair. Whether or not if it's a woman's afro or just having a blowout locks. Natural braids. But I'm just a huge advocate for women that wear natural hair. I think, me personally, and I'm not speaking for all men, but however, I genuinely mean this. I think locks for a woman is the sexiest hairstyle ever. There's nothing better. Nothing better. So.
And Razik,
Hold
I
on,
wonder.
Queen. Hold on,
Oh,
Queen.
go
Hold
ahead.
on. All right, one mic for everybody. I want Simon to make his last comment, and then we're gonna move on to QB slide. Okay.
Well,
So
to Mrs. M3, she's been waiting as well, and then the
okay.
slide.
Okay. So Simon, Mrs. M3, then we can go to the slide, and then I know Mr. M3 has a question in the chat. I see you.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get to that because I have two other questions for the gentleman. But
Go
go
ahead,
I just
ahead.
Simon.
wanted to. Oh,
So Simon, then Mrs. M3. Simon, go ahead and make your last point, bro. Simon. Hello. Hello. Okay, Mrs. M3, go ahead.
I just wanted to say with Razik, I do not at all doubt that that's the case. I think it's not hard to believe that, women corner the market, Black women corner the market for hair care products and things like that. However, it's not unique to just Black women being the largest consumers. In the United States, African Americans on the whole are the largest consumers of all products in general. Our money, our dollars, we work for it, we spend it, and within a day, less than a day, the money's gone out of our communities. We are the largest consumers by far. It's not just for hair. My thoughts when you said that, though, we're the largest consumers of the hair care products, but we are the smallest of the market who actually own hair care products and distribute them. We buy them from other cultures. That's the problem. And that's the part, like, when you said that, I was like, it's true, but too bad we're not giving it to our community. Like, if our community were the ones creating and selling, that would be awesome, but we're giving it away. We're taking care of our hair, but it's filling someone else's pocket. That's what came to my mind.
Yes, most definitely. Princess K, thank you for the comment in the chat. It says again that goes when I'm guessing she's addressing knowledge relationships question. Why do people value straight hair so much? And I have a Wikipedia. I have an article here that's going to address that. She says again that goes back to what Queen says. In a world where Black women are told they will only be accepted with straight hair and such, that means their money will go towards buying the products. So in this article on Wikipedia, it states plaits, braids, and cornrows were the most convenient hairstyles. And the title of this is African American hair, and this talks about women in slavery. Plaits, braids, and cornrows were the most convenient hairstyles to keep their hair neat and maintained for a week. Enslaved people who worked indoors were forced to wear their hair in one of those styles, or a style similar to that of their slave owner, if they did not cover their hair with a scarf, kerchief, or wig. And it goes on to say, by the early 19th century, it talks about how enslaved women and black women in general had to care for their hair. They had to use what was on hand, such as butter, goose grease, whatever tools they can to detangle. They use kerosene and cornmeal to clean their scalp, so forth and so on to condition. It also states racial attitudes among white people in the 17th and 18th century America held a negative connotation of the Afro's textured hair of enslaved Africans and African Americans. They called Afro textured hair wool in an effort to deem it inferior to the texture of their own hair. Since the onset of enslavement of Africans in British America, the slurs kinky and nappy were also used by white people to express of unacceptance of Afro textured hair. Black women have been mocked from the beginning of time about their hair. And that's why many of us have adhered to these unrealistic beauty standards when it comes to our hair, our skin, our makeup, our bodies, and everything in between. Because some Euro person decided what was beautiful and everyone else should follow this standard. And I'm sorry if I'm yelling because I am, because, and I'm not just, and I'm apologizing to the men. I understand you all have your thoughts and opinions, and I'm not discrediting you in any shape, form, or fashion. But to understand why women do what we do, I need you to please understand some history. And I'm sorry for yelling, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I wanted Mr. Best in the World to pull this up. There was a movie that came out a few years ago called Bad Hair. While some people criticize the movie for its theatrical and entertainment purposes, the movie had a very deep meaning to it. So these three women you see in one of those pictures, they were kind of the main characters. And so one woman was going for a job in this particular company that was similar to BET, but it was run by white people. They did have one black person who was at the head. It was Vanessa Williams' character, but she wasn't the total boss. She was just the in between face, the token, as you can say. Anywho, so over time, she influenced one of the women to change her hair, make her more acceptable. So the movie plays out how she's like, go to this beautician. The beautician was a witch of sorts. And so she got her to straighten her hair, install these weaves. The weaves had this evil spirit attached to it. And as you go through the movie, you see these different elements play out. The hair eventually starts coming alive and killing people. Sorry to give away too many spoilers if anyone plans on watching it. I would really love for you ladies to go watch it. Um, in the end of the movie, I'm not gonna tell everything because I want you to watch it. If you look at the end and pay attention, you can see everything that happened in the beginning, how it all came full circle. So the hair industry is going to be always, always controlled by somebody who don't look like us. Yes, women buy these ethnic hair, Brazilian waves, and straight hair that come from Malaysia, India, wherever. Yes, but if you ever talk to a woman and ask her why does she wear these weaves, some women may open up and tell you about her insecurities. As Black people, please let's try to understand each other more. We do that enough already. We're faced with criticism, critique, and destruction from outside of our communities. Let's start loving on each other a little more. This is something I'm passionate about. I'm sorry, y'all, for going here. Let's start loving on each other more, accepting each
No,
other
go
where
ahead.
we
Go ahead.
are, and
Mhm.
then working to move forward. That's my soapbox moment for the day. So,
And she has plenty. She has plenty more of those on Tuesday on Conversations, y'all. Make sure you check her out, please.
so I'm
I
opening the
did want to
floor.
say that sometimes when you look at some women, I can't say that I wouldn't, wouldn't allow, wouldn't want certain women to wear it or whatever else. Because sometimes women's hair, especially Black women, it doesn't grow the same. It's not, it's their hair is not. I've seen women when they don't have a weave in, they wear hats because their hair is really short and coarse and they can't really do too much with it and they feel insecure. So, there's a lot of other factors that go into it. And it's unfortunate because we were told not to love ourselves. So this is just the snowball on top of the hill. And it's just going and going and going. And unfortunately, I think more women need to hear from men. Man, why are you doing all that? You don't need all that. Like you don't need to do that. You're beautiful without that. You don't need that. But when they don't hear that and they see, oh, the only women who are quote unquote winning is the fake puffed up, ballooned out women, then that's what everybody wants. And it's unfortunate.
But you gotta understand, a lot of those men that choose those type of women, you gotta understand that they maybe they're not men, maybe they're just males. And that's the thing we gotta stop doing. I'll keep saying this. We have to start giving people titles that they don't deserve. You know what I'm saying? So, certain people certain women are just females. They're not women. Okay, somebody got an echo. I'm at the mute. Certain people. I don't know where it's coming from. But somebody got an echo. I don't know who got an echo. I don't know if it's me or whoever it is. Okay, cool. I think it's going away. It's still there. Is that me? Do I have the echo? Somebody got an echo.
I don't
Okay,
hear it
wasn't me.
anymore. I don't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, we gotta stop giving people titles they don't deserve, man. If they're not, if they don't deserve the title of being a woman, don't give her that title. If you don't deserve the title of being a man, don't give them that title. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, people are always gonna choose something that naturally at first looks better, but that doesn't mean they're gonna stay with that person. You know what I mean? Anybody can get married with somebody, or anybody can get with somebody. We look at people like J-Lo. J-Lo done been through how many husbands by now? She can't keep one. So no matter how good she looks, she cannot have stability in her life. So that shows that's a mark on her character. There's something in her character that's making it seem that these men keep running away from this woman that looks a certain way, right? So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? And and the other thing is that women have to stop relying on men to give them compliments or acceptance. Don't look, and even men don't look for acceptance either. If you're a person, stop looking for people to give you acceptance, to give you comments, to give you anything. You know what I mean? Stop chasing ghosts. Okay, stop chasing people's acceptance or anything else. You know what I mean? You have to be your own person. You have to have your own love and self value for yourself. You know what I mean? Because on the same instance, the women that want these compliments and everything else, they'll quickly tell a man, "Oh, you can't tell them what to do, or you can't say this, or you can't say that." They're so quick to say they don't need a man, or they don't want a man for certain things, but then you want compliments. You can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be under men's leadership and y'all don't want to listen to real men, then you can't expect men to compliment you. It can't go both ways. It has to be on one accord. We have to love and accept each other. So men and women have to both love and accept each other and stop looking for each other to try to make somebody do something or make you feel a certain way. Do that for yourself. And the right people will come in your life who accept you for you. And those who are not, let them go because they don't belong there anyway. So yeah. Anybody else? Go ahead. Go ahead, QB. You muted. Mhm.
It may be a matter of wording. I'm big on how words are put together.
Mhm.
And please fix it how you see fit. When
Mhm.
you said be under a man's leadership, I need you to do something with that. What do you mean by being under a man's leadership? As their spouse?
It could be a spouse. It could be a man in your family. It could be any man.
And when you
Women,
say
women,
leader,
women, women. Okay, for a woman, and we know this for a fact. If something's going on in the house, or somebody breaks in the house, or something's going on in the house where definitely it needs you need to be protected, or whatever, it could be a fire, whatever. You're going to look to that man to do something. You're gonna look for that man to be in action. You're gonna look for his leadership and his guidance. You know what I'm saying? Just like when a baby's crying. If you have a baby, the baby's crying. You know what I mean? A lot of times with men, we don't know how to nurture a baby the way a woman knows how to nurture a baby. we're different in that way. We are built different. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna know how to do certain things with that baby, or how to move in a certain way to nurture that baby and make that baby feel a certain way that a man just can't do. You know what I mean? It's just a natural fact. You know what I'm saying? Women are more nurturers. They do more nurturing. Men are leaders. We lead and guide. You know what I'm saying? And women, y'all look for us for that. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta stop picking straws on this, because we know at the end of the day that's what we look at each other for. We know that for a fact.
I just want you to elaborate more on that leadership aspect of without just leaving it hanging statement. Okay.
If I may,
Rosie?
yeah, just to piggyback off of what you should
Best in the world. Best in the world, bro. Yeah. No. 84.
No, my fault. 84. But yeah, to Q, you know what I mean, just to piggyback off of what you said. Yes, exactly. Be under the guidance of a man that you respect and then admire, particularly your you know what I'm saying, husband. If not, then your significant other. You know what I'm saying. If you have a boyfriend, hopefully he's not gonna be a boyfriend for too long, and then he should be courting you, getting to put a ring on it. So any man that you may be entertaining, that is not seriously having those talks and saying yes, you know what I'm saying, and then professing out of his mouth saying yes, I want you to be my wife at such and such date and time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I only, you know what I'm saying, am an advocate for, you know what I'm saying, men that speak firm. So, you know what I'm saying, just to piggyback off what 84 was saying, like, men are not wavering like the wind. You know what I'm saying? We don't say one thing and then change up. Like, if I say it's this, then it is what the it is. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? And you can either abide by it and then go your own way, and I can find somebody else who can agree and cooperate with that. So when he says leadership, that's exactly what he means. A man is the leader. And that means that you relinquish, you know what I'm saying, all decision making plays in the man. And unfortunately, some of these black women in our own community have fought against that because, and I hate to say it because I know I'm going to rub somebody the wrong way, but I hope you hear what I'm getting ready to say in good faith. So many of you women have picked wrong, and y'all haven't utilized, family members who were males in your family to properly vet out the men that you were interested in. You may have had an uncle, a male cousin, a brother, a father, a preacher, a minister, somebody in high regard close to you who, who you knew was going to give you unsolicited advice, whether or not if you wanted to hear it or not. That man is the one who you should have said, you know what, I'm interested in James or Michael. I want you to meet him, or I'm gonna bring him by and such and such. Just, you know what I'm saying, just give me an overall view. But like, are there any red flags? And I'm telling you, from all the ladies, men, us as men, we can beat bullshit with other men, and our ladies can't.
Easy.
It's so easy. We can weed this shit out. And then y'all ladies don't initially see until after the damage is done. You know what I'm saying? For example, if he put his hands on you, if he was verbally abusive, if he didn't, live up, or his actions didn't coincide with what his words were saying. Us as men, our radar is sharp. It's sharp. You know what I'm saying? I tell my sister all the time, like, well, even when I was locked up, I'll never forget it. I told my sister when I was locked up, and she was like, me and my fiance, we're gonna get married. I was like, you got a fiance? I was like, yo, who is this fucking nigga? I'm talking about like I got on him. She was like, yo, we been dating for like four years, and like I spazzed out over the phone, and I spazzed out so bad that she went and told my mom, and my mom told me, she was like, "You can't be going hard on your sister like that. You- she gonna act, or she's going to barricade herself up like she doesn't want me to be a part of her, you know what I'm saying, wedding. But my sister knows how protected I am over her, you know what I'm saying? And fortunately, they've been married going on like 5.5 years, six. My uncle now, they got 2 kids. She got married before she had her children. So, and dude is okay. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't, he all right. And me and him, we have a talking relationship and everything. But all in all, the whole, um, the whole caveat of everything you gotta say is that, find you a man that you can relinquish your leadership to, if that makes any sense.
I appreciate your comments. Thank you. I want to say this, and then I'm going to go around the panel, ladies first, and give them 2 minutes to say whatever they want to say. But I want to say this to you, Razik. I understand where you're coming from, where you said ladies should want to find a man that emulates the men in their life that were positive influences. Well, what if you didn't have any? And I'm not trying to make excuses. However, my dad wasn't around. No, we knew each other. He wasn't around for a lot of reasons, mainly due to my mom moving me away from him. But the impact he made on my life wasn't always positive because he was very much a dictator and he wanted me to march to his beat. And he never tried to understand me at all. He didn't want to hear anything I had to say. And this was the time before cell phones. So we wrote letters back and forth. And I know you can't always um, interpret tone, but we did talk on the phone sometimes. And even his tone of voice was very, you know, what I say, do what I do, not what, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's how my dad was. I had male cousins and uncles around. They didn't, because of our family dynamics, they didn't take up with the women, the young girls or whatever. They didn't say, hey, come and let uncle talk to you. I didn't have that. And because I came later in the family, my mom was over 40, a lot of my male family members were older as well. And so they didn't have time for a little toddler, a little 3 and 4 or 5 year old, So I did not get that guidance. Yes, I had some influential male teachers, but at the same time, in the time period that I went to school, most of the male teachers were old or they were trying to hit on all the girls. It was a thing back then. I'm sorry. That's just the way it was. Anyway, so I didn't have a lot, if any, male influence, not positive male influence in my life. And so I've had to learn and program myself into what I want, who I am, and how I feel about myself and things of that nature. And of course, it took some therapy along the way, but that's another story. Um, I've gotten so many ideas for future conversations, but I'm going to stop. And, moderator, can you please put 2 minutes on the clock? We're going to start with Mrs. M3, and we're going to go to Princess, Queen, and then we'll go to the gentleman. Can we get 2 minutes? Okay, go ahead.
I've enjoyed the conversations tonight. Thank you so much, Miss Kiwi, for putting them there and opening the floor, opening the space for us to have this discussion. Um, I just want to point out that Mr. Best or Mr. 84 did say that we have to start making these people earn their title. And I know specifically he was talking about woman, man, but leadership is also a title that's earned and kept by the actions that a person, shows forth. And so definitely in thinking, your spouse, for us that are married, your spouse, those that are in relationships, your significant other, because it could be for some of you the same sex marriage or relationship. So it's not necessarily, guy girl being leader or whatever, but there's somebody that takes on that role. And sometimes from time to time, it can be either. And I think even in heterosexual relationships, some people have that capacity you're able to lead in one capacity, the other person gives that over for you to handle because they know that you're good at it or what have you. So yeah, just like woman, man being an earned title, I think leadership is also that. And when it comes to what is good hair, I think a lot of the time it's just manageable. What's manageable? And if you can learn how to take care of your hair, everyone, learning how to take care of your hair is super important. If you value your hair, you're going to invest time in learning how to take care of it. And I think that's what makes it good hair. Everybody, whether it's, manageable nappy, manageable stringy, if it's, whatever texture of hair you have, wavy, straight, curly, blonde, brunette, black hair, whatever it is, if it's manageable, it's good hair. So love yourself head to toe, appreciate who you are, and learn to, close the door on society and love yourself in the mirror, on your own, and then out loud to the whole world.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to give a shout out to Daryl Long. Thank you so much for staying the course with us and um, listening to our conversation. Thank you for that. And Yara, Yara, yes, I'm sorry. I gotta remember to reach out to you more often. But thank you for tuning in. You gotta go back and watch the rest of watch it from the beginning. All right. Princess Queen Razik, Mr. Best.
I wasn't here for long, but I'm glad that I was welcomed on this panel. It was a wonderful conversation. The last things that I'll say is that it's unrealistic to expect for people to not compare. That is a human trait. And it's not just women that do it, men do it too, but in other ways. How you get your hair cut, your beards or lack thereof, your clothes, your shoes, collections of Nikes and Jordans and hats, all those sorts of things. Those are things that are also stuff that men, feel the need to have. What for though? You ask, why do they have weaves? Why do they have wigs? Why do they do their hair that way? Why do they have their nails done that way? Why do they wear makeup? What's with the eyelashes? All of this stuff. In my opinion, respectfully, and I'm not referring to you two on this panel, but I've never seen men so concerned about what a woman is doing with her body. Then in this time and age, other than that, in a perfect world, it would be nice for women to have some sort of male figure in their lives. That's just not the case for some people. Some people were born in families where they didn't have any male figures. All they had were women telling them that they need to do this and do this, that they need to get a man, and this is how you get a man. You're raised and molded that way. So when you become an adult, that's what you go into. And other people do have men, but like Q had mentioned, they're not active in their lives or they're out of touch due to the generation gap.
Thank you. Queen.
I just want to say that you know, body image and um however ridiculous it may be or over the top, people do different things for different reasons, and there's always a reason for the season, meaning that that person may feel insecure or whatever else. So I think it's so much beyond just um knowing and hearing that your black is beautiful, but if I don't believe it, then there's nothing you can say to me, you know, to get me to believe that. So yeah, I think it goes so much deeper. I work with young women and I tell them I have to tell them all the time, look, Yeah, okay. I ain't gonna tell you yes or no, but they always say I want to know. I said, no, you don't want to know what I've got to think, but I'm just gonna say, why. Always ask yourself why, and do the pros outweigh the cons, or cons outweigh the pros? Like, weigh it out. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this for you, or are you doing this for someone else? Always think about your actions before you act, because you're going to you can end up really bitter and in a worse situation if you're running around trying to change who you are for someone who doesn't value you in the first place or deserve you. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, but natural is better. I was almost like,
Rosie, thank you, Queen.
My turn. My fault. First of all, just as always, thank thank you all, you know what I'm saying, ladies, for allowing me to, show up and talk. Um, I hope as a man, anything that I have said, maybe I was able to shed a little bit of light and some insight um from a man's view. And however, I will say um I care a lot about what happens to a lot of black women in the U.S. because of the results, and the results is pretty much the tail of the tape. Over the years, the results have been traumatic for a lot of folks, and I want to be a cornerstone and a difference maker in a world full of bullshit, and and men who bullshit. You know, like I always said, I had these conversations with what I'm saying, Daryl all the time, and you know, I choose to stand out and to be different in a sea of men who choose to follow the trend instead of trying to set the trend in a more provocative light, in a setting that can enlighten and help instead of trying to hurt, what I'm saying, in any sense. So I come from a mom that has hurt me, a father who has what I'm saying, hurt me, and and I'm just thankful that I had enough common sense to not have a child out of wedlock and to not be no woman's baby mama. I am one day going to be a woman's, what I'm saying, you know, um, man in the family, and to be a great father, you know what I'm saying, and and to just set, what I'm saying, a good example, you know what I'm saying. So there's a lot of things, what I'm saying, going on. So my only aim is to help. So that's all. But again, um, what I mean, I definitely, what I mean, I appreciate you, Q, M3, Queen, and Miss K.
Princess.
I got, yeah, my fault. My fault.
You're good.
All right, Mr. Best. Did he fall asleep?
Uh,
Now you talking about everybody else
no, I'm here.
falling
I'm here. I'm
asleep.
here. QB, go ahead.
Ooh,
You.
oh, sleep.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
he fell out.
No, no, QB, go ahead. You go next. I'm gonna let you go. Ladies first. So go ahead.
Okay. I just want to say this. And I said it earlier. We need to learn to be kind to each other. We need to meet each other where we are. If you see a woman doing any beauty thing, meet her where she is, because you don't know where she is psychologically. There may be some women who want to give up the weave, or want to embrace their natural hair. They want to go without makeup. But because of the things that have been ingrained in them, it's hard to let it go because it's a security blanket for them. So again, meet people where they are, accept them. Don't by any means try to push your standards, your views and opinions off onto them because you could push that person further down into a darker hole. Um, Hold their hand and give them space and grace and mercy. That's just part of who I am. I believe in giving people grace and mercy because I want the same. I would want the same. Um, love yourself. And for women, since it is ladies' night, for whatever reason you do any beauty thing, whether it's a waist trainer, you polish your nails, you straighten your hair, which I'm not gonna do anymore. Um, Understand why you do what you do. And if you don't like your why, then it's up to you to adjust that. My why for straightening my hair is because I want to see how long it was after I let it grow. But now I'm at the point I look at all my old pictures, I miss my curly afro. And so I'm going to try to go back to that. That means sacrificing some length. So, but anyway, thank you. And thank you all for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Men, you are most welcome. You are most appreciated. I love you all. Thank you. And I guess Mr. Best got to be the best for last.
Well, no, I'm gonna have you close out, QB. But I just want to say that yes, all titles have to be earned. So I do agree, Mr. M3. All titles do have to be earned. I only need a minute. I'm good. And with that being said, I also think that um, if you want certain results, like Brother Razik was talking about, you got to put yourself in the best light. You got to work out. You got to eat right. You got to do certain things. And if you do those certain things, then you're gonna get a certain reaction. And certain people are just gonna gravitate towards you more because we do have a sense. And also, I think for men and women, we also have to listen to what each other finds attractive. If women are saying we like men that look a certain like this, or we like men to do this, this, and that, we gotta listen to them. If men say we like women, hey, we want y'all to be natural, we want y'all to do this, we do that. Y'all gotta listen to us too. We gotta listen to each other. So we gotta listen to each other. We gotta make those adjustments. You know what I mean? You can't just say, well, I'm just gonna do what I want. That's not gonna work. You know what I mean? Like we have to be we have to basically compromise for each other. You know what I mean? And if both want to compromise for each other, you both can work out perfectly fine and you can have great and healthy relationships. With that, I'm going to highlight everyone. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna have QB close it out. So I'm gonna highlight
Okay.
first. Where's she at? Where's she at? Princess K. Let them know who you are. Let them know where they can find you.
Oh, excuse me, I have something in my mouth. Hi, you can find me here on Knowledge and Relationships. We're on Knowledge and Relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You're
And
not intellectual soapbox.
the intellectual soapbox. I made that mistake last time.
It's all
Um,
good.
I don't really have any other social media, so you can find me here in the chat or whenever I grace the panels with my face. Um, I
Okay.
hope everyone, I hope everyone stays well. Smile at least once a day to yourself in the mirror and to anybody else that you see. Pass it on. Hold on to your peace and your joy. Stay safe. Be blessed.
Thank
Thank
you, Princess
you.
K. Thank you, thank you. Now I'm gonna go to Brother Razik. Let them know y'all. Let them know they can find you, brother.
Oh, my IG is RAZIQ ILM. Um, I'm not too active. Uh, I had a different IG. However, probably about 2 or 3 days ago, I was locked out of my account, so I'm pretty sure somebody had either reported my account. But you can also go up there and look at my other videos or whatever. But that's RAZIQ_EIB_VA757. All right, appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Now we're gonna go to Queen. Queen, let them know who you are. Let them know where they can find you.
Hi, my name is Queen Forever 2K. You can find me on Knowledge and Relationships platform, um, Intellectual Soapbox, and on Instagram, Queen Forever 2K. I just want to say, love yourself first and stop altering yourself. Yeah. Enjoy who you are, damn it.
All right.
Stop paying them people that money. Just go to the gym. Just do what you gotta do. Stop altering yourself. Because that stuff is gonna come back to haunt you. Butts exploding, stuff
Girl.
leaking. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, girl.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. Now we have Mrs. M3. You know what I mean?
I would just say, no matter what you do on your exterior, love yourself from the inside out. Because if you love yourself from the inside out, people will be attracted, drawn to your spirit. So love yourself. Okay? Take care. Oh, and find Black-owned hair care products.
Yes.
2 off the top of my head. Mielle, Mielle, Black-owned. And
Curl mix.
extension. Oh yeah, Curl mix. Extensions. There is, if you go on YouTube, Dope AXX Pana. She owns her hair care line too, and it's hair care products and extensions and all that good stuff. Look her up. DOPEAXX_PANA.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So yes, y'all, thank y'all for rocking on our relationships. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Thank y'all for, definitely rocking on Ladies Night. We want to thank everybody in the chat, everybody in the panel. Thank you for all coming up. We want to thank Brother Razik, Princess K, Simon Hectic, you know what I'm saying? Queen Forever 2K, Mrs. M3, and of course QB. You know what I mean? Please, you know what I mean? Definitely check us out here on our relationships as well as Intellectual Soapbox. We have another stream coming up on Monday. All right, so we'll be back at y'all on Monday. Please check us out. We have a full week this week as usual. We got a special surprise for you on Tuesday. I'm not gonna let the cat out the bag, but we got something late night brewing. You know what I mean? That it's gonna be popping. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say shout out to Easy and Riggs. That's all I'm gonna say. But yes, much love to everybody on the panel and on the chat. Much love to everybody, for being around. Please like and subscribe, and please leave a comment after we close out. Okay, we can build the algorithm. With that, QB, take it away.
All right. Just want to say thank you all for showing up in any capacity that you did. I am overwhelmed with joy and peace and love. I can't say thank you enough. And thank you for giving me this space to host this show. Thank you, ladies, everyone, for accepting me. I want to leave with 2 things. One, June is right around the corner. We know June is the month of Juneteenth. It became a federal holiday. Let's start putting our Black dollars where our mouth is. Support a Black business. We all saw the buzz about the ice cream that Great Value came out with, Walmart came out with. Let's flip the script. Let's keep our money in our community. Let's support our own to the best of our abilities. And let's get our community built up. That's 1. 2, the quote I said I was going to find by Audre Lorde. If I didn't define myself for myself, I would be crunched into other people's fantasies for me and eaten alive. Keep that in mind. We'll see y'all next time on Ladies Night. Bye.
DJ.